disappointed in every one of you.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I kiss you on the mouth.
No, I'm not cool with that. Just, I'm sorry.
One more time.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I mean, I'm dealing with degenerate animals.
I'm disappointed in every one of you. Disappointed in every one of you.
All right, come on.
Honestly, I can't do it no more.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
Let me tell you why.
It's gonna be all right, Nicky. Go ahead, shoot.
We just killed those fucking men.
What are you going to do about it?
You're happy because you got nothing. You don't got a thing. You're happy because you got nothing. Lobito! Got nothing.
I want to get out. I want to get out of this rat hole. I want to get online. I need
BDA boxing.
All right. Hello, welcome everybody to another Boxing Podcast, broadcasting to you live from the True North. It's a good friend, Mr. PDA, and I'm glad. That's right, I'm glad that everybody could be on board for this one, fellas. In this episode, we got another fantastic one for you today. As we continue taking down predictions, this is the official call-in show. This is your show. You guys get to call in, give us your thoughts and views and predictions on anything and everything boxing. In particular, the Canelo-Crawford fight taking place this Saturday. Of course, that's the big fight. We also got Inoue versus MJ taking place the day after, or the morning after that is. And we got a pretty good undercard on the Canelo-Crawford bout as well. So that whole event is pretty good, pretty decent. So make sure to call in, give us your predictions. Gonna be taking down predictions. Before we get down to the fun, let's get the business out of the way, fellas. You know the drill. If you want to donate a couple of shekels our way, you're certainly welcome to do so via the Super Chat feature. It's also important that you join the membership program. That way you get more bang for your buck if you choose to. You also got the option of donating via the Buy Me a Coffee app, link in the description below. And don't forget to join our Patreon. You can join for free access to videos, or you can donate as much or as little as you want. The most important thing, however, is you continue to like, you subscribe, and you spread that VDA gospel. All right, fellas? Give a big shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm talking about Everin Dark Canali, all right? Epadokua, King KO, your boy Neto Garcia, Zerg Low Fire, Nomas Tomas OG, Jesus M, JumpTube, So Passive Live, the real So Passive, by the way, Hyperspaz, JumpTube, Rafael Garza, one of the initiated, shout out to him, Virtuoso, Handsome Mechanic, Hard Recoil, J Colt, King Bucho, keeping an eye on things in the chat as well. Many more people to come, I'm sure. Fellas, thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. Hey, Everin, please, no spamming, please. No spamming. That's one thing I can't take. My OCD can't take people spamming. Please. Spare me the spams. Or spasms. Yeah, it's almost like the same thing, right? Spam, spasm. An amalgamation, there are words. Shout out to Blue Collar Sports TV. Shout out to him. Jacques Cousteau, Mark T, Bako Hanma. Like I said, many more people to come. All right. I'm going to open up the phone lines in a couple of minutes, but sometimes people call in and they go like, what do we do? What do we talk about? Or I want to introduce a new subject because we did take predictions yesterday. When Discord was down, we opened up the phone lines and we had a large influx of calls as it pertains to the Canelo-Crawford mega fight. But I just wanted to talk about a little something here because I don't know if you guys saw it yesterday while we were doing the show. Canelo and Crawford faced off in front of that infamous Las Vegas fountain, one of the casino fountains they had, right? And so they had Alvarez and Crawford facing off, and it raised the question of the so-called size disparity coming into this fight. Now, I want to show you guys something that I think you're going to find very interesting right before I open up the phone lines here in about 5 minutes or so. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I think you guys are going to be surprised. Obviously, that's not it. Hold on. All right, here it is. Here we go. Hold on. Okay, here it is. Excuse me. I don't want to waste too much time before I open up the phone lines. All right, look at that. There is Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford facing off against each other. Now, this angle doesn't tell the whole tale, however. But while we're looking at this, just notice that Canelo appears to be wearing one shirt, like a button-up shirt or a casual dress shirt, whereas Crawford is wearing a hoodie, and a black hoodie at that, which tends to make people look leaner. The color black, that's what fat people always say. If you want to look leaner, wear black and wear baggy clothing, or striped, black stripes to look taller and therefore leaner. These are all tricks of the trade that I learned from fat people in the industry. But here's another picture, though, because like I said, this angle doesn't tell the whole story. This is the one that a lot of people were posting on Twitter. You will notice that Crawford is wearing sneakers with very thick soles. But despite all of that, even standing in the background, you can see Canelo's on the foreground. Crawford looks substantially, or not substantially, but he looks bigger. Again, I don't know if it's the hoodie that's made, the sweater, maybe he's got multiple layers of clothing. Meanwhile, Canelo is wearing this dress shoes. Don't seem to have very thick soles, or at least not as thick as Crawford's. He's also wearing bell-bottom pants. He just came out of the Allman Brothers audition or something. I don't know, but what do you guys think? That's the big question that I want to get to today from some of the callers. Is there going to be a substantial size difference? Because I don't know who's bigger. You would assume that it would be Canelo, right? The guy who's been fighting at 168 for longer. But then you have some evidence that might point to the fact that, hey, maybe the size disparity will not be as accentuated as some people are claiming. Because again, I saw somebody say on Twitter, man, I'm tired of talking about the size disparity. Can we just get to the fight? And you know what? I share the sentiment, but for the sakes of this show, we need something to talk about, so why not talk about this? I'm going to give you my thoughts on why I think the size disparity might not be as wide as some people would like to make it. First of all, this is Terence Crawford in 2018, right after he moved up to welterweight, before fighting Jeff Horn, by the way. You can see the scale here says that he's weighing 177 pounds, or he used to weigh. Now, this is in between fights, I believe, so I don't think this was on the night of a fight or the day before a fight or the week of a fight. I remember it was 2018, and I remember a lot of people made a big deal about it. And I remember thinking at the time, all right, could be mind games, right? Like, hey, look at how big I am. Now, however, we also have the weight on fight night for the, hold on a second, what is this? Yeah, okay, here we go. These are the weights for fight night for the Madrimov fight. I posted this yesterday here on the show. Madrimov weighed 168 pounds on fight night. Crawford weighed 169.8 pounds. So he gained 16.4 pounds. Okay? So we got him weighing 177 pounds when he was a welterweight. We have him weighing above the super middleweight limit on fight night against Madrimov. We also have a post from this year where Crawford claimed to be weighing 186 pounds. Let me just show you right here. There we go. 186.0 pounds from Terence Crawford. I forget the date for this, but I remember it was this year. Then we have Bomac revealing that Crawford should have been a 168 a long time ago. Now we have visual evidence of Crawford not looking all that small. At least not in comparison to Saul Canelo Alvarez. Which begs the question then, is the size disparity going to be as big and apparent as people are trying to make it out? Guys, you let me know when we open up the phone lines, not only to give me your predictions, but your thoughts on this. Because a lot of people are saying, all Canelo has is size and power. Well, what happens now if the size is about the same? Does that favor Crawford? And by the way, look at how Crawford is looking. He's wearing one shirt here. I don't think he's wearing multiple layers. Look at the size of his shoulders. That's a big dude. That is a big dude. So is this going to come down to skills versus skills? Is the size really going to be as important as the narratives painted out to be? I don't know. You guys let me know. Again, I'm going to open up the phone lines, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this because, it caused a bit of a furor on Twitter to the point where some people were tired of talking about it. So let me just see. Okay, I'm starting up the phone lines here. In the meantime, I'm going to read a couple of comments. All right. Opening up the phone lines. I should have put a little jingle while I open up the phone. Yeah, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to record a jingle for the next time I open up the phone lines. I should have done it before, but I didn't want to waste time with it. All right. All right. Phone lines are open. Let me put the phone number right here in the left and middle portion of your screen. Make sure to call in. Keep your calls clean. Keep the racial epithets to an appropriate minimum. Make your points as quickly as you can or as precisely and concisely as you can. Be brief, be terse, be succinct, and we shall get along just fine. So there's a number, and actually I'm going to post it on the marquee here. Hold on a second. There we go. There's a number in the high marquee area right there. I'm going to post it on the chat as well. By the way, we're going to get the Grand Arrivals today. So we might be watching that live on the show. Although, again, Grand Arrivals. First of all, they're already in Las Vegas. They got to Las Vegas, I think, a week ago. So I don't understand what the big deal is with this Grand Arrivals. By the way, Grand Arrivals sounds kind of fruity, don't you guys think? It's like, oh, the Grand Arrival. What are they going to wear at the Grand Arrival? The belle of the ball. It's like, come on. You know what? In that respect, yeah, the fights can't come soon enough. I'm getting tired of all this pomp and circumstance. But again, there's the phone number, left-hand middle portion of your screen. It's in the chat. I want to hear from you guys, particularly not just your predictions, which we're going to be annotating here. I'm going to be curating them. But also I want to hear, is the size really going to be that much of a factor? Is there going to be a size disadvantage? Or as big a size disadvantage as some people are making that to be? Let me know in the calls. Let's go to the phone calls here. Let's go to, hold on a second. Let's go to the phone lines, which are open. 984, you're on the air. 984, what's on your mind? 984.
Hello.
Yes, you're on the air. 984, what's up?
Hit the like.
Oh, hey, that's I only get to say that. But yeah, go ahead.
It's just play, bro. Crawford's got this by decision, though. I don't think he's gonna knock him out. I think, it's all gonna come down to skill at the end of the day. I think Canelo is just, they're overestimating him too much on, power and, movement and things like that. At the end of the day, he's never fought someone like Crawford, and Crawford's never really fought anyone like Canelo. But at the end of the day, when you put those two different skills in the ring, Crawford's going to come out, winning at the end of the day. So I got Crawford by decision.
Crawford by decision. Now, the question that I want to get to as well and hear from you guys, your thoughts is the size disparity going to be as big as people are saying?
No, it's not. Crawford has power, obviously. He just he hasn't fought at that weight, and it's just going to be relatively new for him professionally. But, he has gone up, like you've shown there. So, and I think you guys know already. So I don't think, weight is going to make any difference.
How many rounds do you think Crawford's going to win en route to his decision?
Could be 8-4. It could be 7-5. But then again, you got these judges, and a lot of times, they've ruled in favor of Canelo. That's my only worry. So, like, let's say it's like a victory for Crawford at the end of the day, that he clearly wins the fight, and then we await, the judge's decision, and then they go ahead and actually, make it a draw or something, and we're like, oh my God, I don't see that, too far from the realm of possibility there, so.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, by the way, so are you saying it's going to be easier than the Madrimov fight or more difficult?
I'd say it's more going to be simpler than Madrimov. It's going to be challenging, but Crawford had trouble with that style simply because the guy was younger. The guy knew how to move, So, that's pretty much it. But with someone like Canelo, I mean, I think he has him already figured out. And I think a lot of people are going to realize that. A lot of people are going to be surprised. So, yeah. I just think that people are giving too much credit to Canelo. At the end of the day, and I know a lot of people, you have yourself thinking, well, if Canelo, what about Crawford does he have to actually, display in there, against someone like Canelo? And, I think everyone's going to really, because, Crawford is very self-aware of all of the negatives against him in this fight, and that's something that he has always had going into fights, and he's always come out victorious. He doesn't have loss. Canelo does have losses. He's unofficially also lost to the first fight with Triple G, and then also with the other guy back in the day. I forgot his name.
Lara.
So I mean, he's been beaten, But I think it's just something to be seen, and I think a lot of people will take note. So yeah, I still got like I said, Crawford by decision.
All right, now what do we call you? Because I'm writing down predictions here.
Dragon Knight.
Dragon Knight. You're not a KKK guy, are you?
Nah.
Okay. Because Grand Dragon Knight, I was like, come on. I was afraid of what was going to come out of your mouth next. But all right, listen, I got your decision here. Call back next time if you wish, and probably after the fight, of course, we're going to be doing a phone call, another phone call show. So call in, and thank you for your call, all right? Take it easy out there.
Will do. Take care. Bye.
All right, there we go. That's the Grand Dragon. Excuse me, Grand Knight. Now, what did he say? I got it here. Dragon Knight. All right. Shout out to Dragon Knight for calling in. Let's go to a phone call here. Let's go to 915. 915, you're on the air. 915, what's on your mind?
What's up, BDA? Hey, just to let them know, Dragon Knight was a pussy-ass Pokemon.
Oh, wait a minute. Come on. Yeah. What you gotta call him those type of names, man? Come on. But yeah, what's on your mind there, fella?
Hey, BDA, I've gone in the time capsule and gone back to watch a ton of fights because, the Crawford fan base made me believe Canelo was nothing but a power punching fighter. God damn, it feels great to go back and watch fights, right? Man, I've been watching so many fights between both these guys, and I don't see a path to victory for Terrence Crawford, bro.
Is that right? None at all.
I don't. Like, stylistically, bro, both these men are counter punchers. These two guys are more alike than anything else. They're both counter punchers. Both these guys start off really slow. And I've seen fights where Canelo really don't throw anything first couple rounds. Both these men are slow starters. Fuck, I've seen so many fights where Terrence Crawford tends to eat more of let's say the harder punches per round than Canelo. Like, man, you go back and watch the Evanesian fight. Evanesian catches him in the first round. It's funny how the fucking commentators go, "Oh, he switched to southpaw. He's finally downloaded." No, he went to southpaw because he fucking sucks as an orthodox fighter.
Oh, wait a minute.
I don't even know why he comes in as an orthodox fighter. It's like a magic trick, right? I go in orthodox, I get hit, get clipped a couple of times, and I'm going to switch southpaw and make you motherfuckers think I'm really like that. So that's pathetic. And then he's not just fighting some random-ass fucking slugging, flat-footed Mexican, bro. This dude is literally probably the best active defensive fighter in boxing right now. I'm talking about fucking rounds and years. Man, do y'all research, man. This dude ranks in the top 8 best defensive boxers. You want to call this dude a fucking bum that this dude is just supposed to move up and beat the fuck out of him? That's nonsense, man.
Well, you know what?
I don't believe Bud is Bud is a bigger man either.
Oh,
even though he's taller.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to get to. But yeah, it's interesting because what I'm getting at from people here is some people think Canelo's being overrated, and then there's people like you who call in and you think Crawford's being overrated. So it seems like people are, misjudging, I would assume, both guys. But yeah, so you don't think the size... Yes.
I don't think Crawford is overrated. I just don't think he's fought the guy to really show us that he's really like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can tell me he's like that because he's knocked out everybody he's supposed to knock out. Come on, bro. Like, he nut-checked Amir Khan after Canelo sent him to a fucking... Bro, that was a nut-check. Watch the replay. He hit him in the nuts, and that was it.
Hey,
also, the power thing, bro, I don't really think he has Canelo-type power, and I say it because, Bomac said he's been a super middleweight this entire time, and they've been taking advantage of small fighters, right? And then when I go back and watch his fights, he's not really knocking them out. It's because, let's say, volume in the sense, or he catches them, but it's not no crazy one. And then his knockouts are later in the fight. Well, how many rounds did Errol Spence go, bro? Like 10? I know Porter went about 11. That fight was almost going to the cards. Avenesian took him 6-7 rounds. He was getting clipped in that bitch. Man, good luck, bro. And I don't think he's the bigger man. Yeah, he is taller. He has longer limbs. But you motherfuckers forget that Canelo, by the age of 23, 24, he was already fucking rehydrating from 154 to 170 pounds. It's notorious that, what's his name, Virgil Hunter, was crying about it after Canelo knocked this dude out. So the bigger man is Canelo. This dude is barely catching up to Canelo in weight at the age of 37, 38 years old. I mean, this dude is shorter limbs. Would you call him a big bone? Is Canelo big bone for his height?
I don't know. I haven't seen the X-rays.
I mean, his fucking head is gigantic, bro.
He's a weird-looking guy.
He's a big, short guy, bro. And then the reach thing. I feel like Canelo doesn't get bothered for the reach thing because I think he has long arms for his torso. It's like 70. It's like 71 inches, bro.
Well, listen,
he's a 5'8", 5'7" dude with 71-inch reach.
That's
fairly long for his height.
That's what I'm starting to see a little bit of here. But listen, what's your name and what's your official prediction for this Saturday?
It's El Tanque, bro.
El Tanque.
I don't really like to pick stoppages, bro, but if Bud really comes and brings it like that and lets his hands go, I can see a Amir Khan type of fight.
Oh, that's
because Amir Khan was not scared. Amir Khan came to fight. He let his hands go, and then this dude just timed him. So the speed factor isn't even a thing, too, because, shit, Amir Khan was fast as fuck. He's fast as fuck, boy, and got knocked the fuck out.
All right, El Tanque, I got your prediction down. Make sure to call in next time and try to join the open lines on Friday, all right, on Discord.
All right, bro.
All right, thank you for your call. Take it easy out there. All right, that was El Tanque calling in. Don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Hit the like. This is a BDA Boxing call-in show for the Canelo-Crawford fight. I want people to call in, give us your thoughts on the fight, the official predictions, and of course, is there such a thing as how much of a size disparity is there going to be on Saturday? Because now pictures are starting to come out, evidence is starting to come out that it might not be as pronounced or as evident as some people were making it out to be. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts on that. By the way, if you're over the age of 40, get your nuts checked. You need to go for a nut check. Talk to your doctor about it, because that's what El Tanque just reminded me of with the whole nut check thing. Let's go to another phone call here. Let's go to 951. 951, you're on the air. 951, what's on your mind?
What's up, BDA? This is Emiliano. How you doing?
Oh, Emiliano, what's up, man?
Good. So what has Canelo taught us since the beginning of his career? What has he taught us? What has he shown us? Size does not matter when it comes to Chicanismo, when it comes to the Mexicano. He takes on all comers. Everybody he's fought has been bigger than him. Name me one fighter that's been smaller than Canelo. No, it doesn't happen. Name me a person that went up to light heavyweight and pushed the light heavyweight the whole damn fight until it became, then size became a power. It does become an issue, right? But when has Canelo ever fought anybody smaller than him? Size is not the issue. You just said it, brother. Put the nuts on the table and we'll see who got those huevos. And nobody's gonna have bigger huevos than Canelo. There's nobody alive today, save Mike Tyson, that's gonna show huevos as big as this man. He takes on all comers. He runs from nobody, in and out of the ring. This man is there for you. If you found him in an alley, deep, dark at night, and you try to take his wallet, he's gonna stop you, and that's what he's gonna do to this paper champion.
Oh,
now I gotta tell you, brother, I'm a historian. I'm a expert on racism in contemporary America, and I gotta tell you about something called the Great White Hope, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Great White Hope was a concept that was created in when Gentleman Johnson knocked out the white champion of the world, knocked his dick loose in front of the world to see. And so what happened is white men started finding who the next white champion was going to be. Mm-hmm. So they started creating these champions, just like they did with crackhead McGregor, just like they did with this girl that was supposed to be the best athlete in the world, Ronda Rousey. And what happened to her? Un Chicana kicked the shit out of her and made it real. And that's what we're going to see. What we have to understand is Canelo's the reality. He's the real deal. And when he comes out, and what scares me is Dana White has got his greasy white racist paws in this, which they bring him in for a reason, because he's the Great White Hope creator, and I'm afraid that's what they're going to try to do here.
Interesting. I mean, you're covering all the angles here, Emiliano. I got to tell you, in terms of the size, you mentioned, has Canelo ever fought somebody that was smaller than him? Well, Cotto and Khan are the ones that immediately come to mind. But lately at 168 and 175, all the other guys have looked bigger than him, and there's no illusion about the size and all that. I mean, I'm showing the picture here of Canelo and Crawford. This is as recent as yesterday. I don't see that much of a size disparity. I gotta tell you, when Canelo fought Berlanga, that was a size disparity. When he fought Munguia, that was a size disparity. Mm-hmm. I don't see it here. What do you think about that?
I mean, you go up to Kovalev, you go up to Triple G, you go up to again, Bivol. These are all dudes that were, and again, we would say twice his size, right? But that's not the thing. And I appreciate you correcting me on Cotto, because, Cotto got some huevos, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got to give him that respect. Tyner, I just seen Tyner fought, who did he just fight? Canelo, when he fought him when he was younger. He was in there to win it. That's the man I like. Tyner, it's sad because we should put him as the model. Bring your balls, bring your manhood. It's not about color. I agree, but bring your balls. Be a man. Don't set up a fight and then come in here and run. Canelo's fought them all, brother. He's gonna keep doing it. For people to say that he's old and he's through, and didn't you see his last fight? Didn't you see Skull run from him like a little child running from the boogeyman? It's embarrassing. Ezra Landi running from him like if he was the big bad wolf and Ezra Landi was the little Red Riding Hood, running from him. Be a man. If you're going to fight a man, you're going to call this Mexicano out. You're going to call this brown bruiser out. Be a man and stand in the center of the ring with him. And like Vato said earlier, Khan brought it. At least he stood there and he brought it, and he paid the price like a man. That's what you do, and that's what I'm hoping to see. I'm hoping Bud shuts everybody up and he comes out like a man, and he stays in the center of the ring with that other man, the red man, and he does it like men. I hope I don't see another Esther Landi. I hope I don't see another May Runner and Pacquiao fight. I hope I don't see it. But if we do, guess who's going to be there to rack it all up? We're going to see Andy, the real Rocky Ruiz. That's the real Rocky. He lived it. He fought that champion and knocked his ass out 3 times bigger than him. So when it comes to Chicano, you better understand, size doesn't matter, because we put them all down, every one of them, top to bottom, white to black. You bring them, you set them up, we'll knock them down.
Oh, all right. Well, Emiliano, I appreciate the passion, man, and you're getting me pumped up even more for the fight. I don't even know that was possible, but you did it, man. So shout out to you, Emiliano. Call back next time, right, man? Take it easy out there.
You got it, brother. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you. All right, that was a fantastic call right there from Emiliano, as always. Listen, fellas, don't forget to hit the like. This is the official call-in show. Make sure to call in. This is your show. You get to tell us what you think about the fight, your predictions, the size. Is there such a thing as a size difference right now? You tell me. Before we continue with the calls, shout out to, hold on a second, Nomas Tomas OG, who says, those Bucho-like buches, vamos Canelo. Now, Bucho does not like, the only buches he takes are Listerine. That's the only, for the mouthwash and all that. He doesn't, any other type of dirty buches that you're talking about, no sir, Bob. He doesn't go for that type of stuff. But shout out to you, Tomas, for your contribution. Really appreciate it. Shout out to JXV88. Shout out to JXV88 for his contribution with the super chat. He says, Crawford's shoulder injury will decide the fight. I mean, I guess we should say alleged injury, because there was a rumor on Twitter earlier. Was it yesterday or today? I forget. In the past 36 hours, somebody was saying that Crawford had a nagging injury, shoulder injury. And I'm thinking, sources say. I mean, how many times have we heard that on Twitter? Sources say, Sources say BDA has a 2-inch dick. And that's only half true. They got a 4-inch one, all right? 4 inches of spicy chorizo for your ass. But anyway, listen, thank you for your contribution there, JXV88. Always appreciate it. Let's continue on with the phone calls here. Let's go to the phone call. Let's go to 760. 760, you're on the air. 760, what's on your mind?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate your channel a lot. My name is Joshua. Hey, so, yeah, you know what? The guy that called earlier, man, he had a lot of great points, especially when he mentions regarding history. I'm gonna mention a couple things that Crawford had talked about after he fought Maldragunov. I think that's how you say his name. So, I don't know if you guys remember at the post interview, whenever interviewing him, what did they ask him, how did this weight feel? Mm-hmm. He kept saying, Mandramov is strong. Mandramov is strong. He's strong. Then, when they get to the post conference, he said something that caught my attention. He said, well, he was feinting a lot, and I was trying to time him, but a lot of times I was wrong. So here's a guy that's been dominating 135, 140, 147. Give you credit for that. But as soon as he goes to 154, now there's doubts in his ability. He expressed that himself. That's why when they started asking him, hey, what do you feel about Canelo? He wasn't as sure as he was in the, press conference, recently. And, and that's one point. The second point I also want to make is, if you notice that every single fighter that Crawford had issues with, one thing that I noticed was every single one was able to put, let's say if he's fighting orthodox, they were able to put their front left foot outside of Crawford's right front foot. And that always seemed to catch him. Matter of fact, Benavidez caught him several times with that move, that step in, bam, right hand, that step in with the jab. The way that I see it, because Canelo has his left foot will go outside, throw the hook, or at least right hand to the body or to the head, or he'll go left foot inside and throw the hook to the body. I don't believe Crawford is ready for those moves right there. He just seems to me too unsure, too insecure in his stance, and like the gentleman said, he's not a switch hitter, man. He switches, but he doesn't switch in between punches. I've never seen him do that. Anyways, that's my take. I think Crawford is going to quit on his stool between the 9th and 10th round. I believe that's really what's going to happen.
Oh, you think he's going to quit, or you think Bomac's going to do it for him?
I think that Bomac is going to throw in the towel. I don't see Crawford really quitting on himself. I don't think he has that type of personality. It's too much embarrassment. He's going to have his mom there. He's going to have his friends there. You know what I'm saying? His kids there. But I just don't see anything occurring. I mean, this guy has not shown me anything that I could say, oh, you know what? He is a threat. The guy was scared right after the Drivenov interview. Go back and check it out.
Well, listen, that's an interesting prediction right there, man. Very interesting prediction. You're not the first one to say someone's going to quit in the corner, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. Joshua, we got to move on here, but thank you for your call, and call back next time, all right?
Have a great day.
You too,
sir.
Man. Take
Thank
it
you.
easy. Thank you. All right, that was Joshua right there. So far, I got a couple of people saying that someone's going to quit. A lot of late TKOs for Canelo. 6-7 run stoppage. I got a couple of robbers. Anyway, we'll go through them later on. But in the meantime, don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. Really helps us out. We're taking phone calls here, so make sure to call in. Let me just read a super chat real quick here. Shout out to JXV88 for his contribution with the super chat. Again, shout out to JXV88 who says, and I suspect he's referring to the so-called shoulder injury. He says, it's not a rumor. Turkey is on an interview saying Bud did suffer an injury and could not fight in May because of it. This is all from Bud's team. Interesting. So maybe that whole nagging injury isn't as far-fetched as some people think. If I could, you know what, I'm going to Google it later, see if indeed there is some paper trail to that, or if there's a source for it. But shout out to you, JXV88, for your contribution and for that piece of information, man. Really appreciate it. Let's go to another phone call here in the meantime. Let's go to 267. 267, you're on the air. 267, what's on your mind?
Hey, what's up, BDA? Can you guys hear me? Because my phone is a little choppy.
I hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Actually, I called in with you on a morning show where, I think Canelo's going to win by decision.
Mm-hmm.
And like initially I said that I don't think the size matters because it's the same thing. I think everyone that Canelo's fought in the 168 has been bigger than him. And if you look back at that on his last few fights, like, to me, Edgar Berlanga on fight night, he looked like a light heavyweight. You know what I mean? He was fucking huge. And but if we're gonna talk about it, like right now, that photo. So we're like 4 days out from the fight, and we got to remember that water weight and muscle weight is two different things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And Canelo right now, 4 days out, he's cutting weight, so he's drying out. He's not as plump as he's going to be on fight night. Come fight night, I think he's going to be bigger than what he looks like right now in that photo.
Mm-hmm.
And then on fight night, Crawford probably is not going to be that much bigger. If he took his shirt off right there, he probably would look very similar on fight night because I don't think he needs to cut weight now. So he's probably fairly well hydrated. And what he looks like in that photo is probably very close to what he's going to look like on fight night size-wise, whereas Canelo is going to be the one that's going to probably put on some more pounds.
That's a good point, man. That's an excellent point. You said Canelo by decision. Did I already take down your prediction in the morning show, or I don't remember? What do we call it?
I don't know if I did because I was kind of like rambling on some other shit, and I don't think I gave my name or gave my prediction. But I'm James. I'm calling from Queens.
James,
and I think Canelo wins by UD.
Were you the guy that called in and said he was having a bad acid trip?
No, that was
okay. No, because you said you were rambling. Sometimes we get some interesting callers. James from Queens, Jamaica Queens, because that's where one of our panelists is from. That's where he made his homes.
Astoria, Queens. I live in
Astoria. Isn't that where all the Italians hang out?
In Astoria?
Or is that the Jews?
No, Astoria is mostly Greeks.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right. Yeah, we got something similar here in Montreal. All right, well, listen.
Yep.
James from...
Actually, I just want to mention one more thing about the weight.
Sure.
We also got to remember where, with any fighter, like, you can't compare, like, size differentials aren't, like, cut and dry, black and white. It's how the weight's distributed and how thick the core is, you know? I mean, some guys, look, Deontay Wilder was massive up top in the shoulders and across the back, but he had these legs that were like toothpicks. And even if you look in that photo, Crawford's legs and his ankles, I mean, they're looking a little bit skinny, you know, and Canelo's weight is like distributed evenly across his body. His legs are heavier, his midsection, his torso is thicker. Looking at guys by height or sideways when they're facing off doesn't tell you shit. When they're both facing away from you and you see the weight across their back, the width across their back and how thick the torso is, that's going to tell you how well they can take a body shot or even a headshot, because heavy legs and like a heavy midsection, a heavy core, usually, not always, usually determines a lot of how solid a fighter is. And Canelo's built like a fire hydrant, you know, and the weight distribution matters. And if people are going to really pay that much attention to the weight, which I think is a mistake to do that. If you took the two of them right now, on fight night, and then started drying them out after they were both dehydrated, who would still look bigger? That's the guy that has more muscle. The guy that would still look bigger when he's dried out is the guy that has more muscle. The guy that shrivels up is just blown up. So I don't think the weight should be something that too many people pay attention to. And all these people out there that I was listening to the show yesterday, and I heard a couple people talk about, well, you know, if Crawford was really going to get his ass kicked or whatever, the odds would be so much different. And I've heard this a lot when it comes to any fights. People need to understand when it comes to gambling, odds do not reflect who is going to win the fight. Bookies and bookmakers are in the business to make money. They don't make money when people bet on the winner. They make money when people bet on the loser. They manipulate. There's a reason why odds change the closer to the fights get. The odds don't change because something looks different in the fighter. The odds change because they're counting how much money is coming in on each fighter. And if the money is coming in lopsided, they're always going to adjust the odds to make the money balance itself out so they cover their nut. Odds are set up to influence the way bettors think. They're not set up to reflect who's going to win the fight. They manipulate them because small adjustments in odds will all of a sudden get people that weren't going to bet. All of a sudden, they're going to be like, oh, I'll put a small bet down. You'd be amazed at how many people will all of a sudden put down a bet on a losing fighter just because the odds get tweaked a little bit. Odds are set up to influence the way people bet, not to reflect who's going to win the fight. And if it's close odds this close to the fight, it means the average public, the money that's flowing in, it's flowing in 50-50. That's why they're keeping the odds close. It's not because the fight is close. It's because the money that's flowing in is even 50-50. That's why. That's just people that are talking, always quoting odds about what just keep that in mind, that they're set up to influence the way people
James,
bet.
that's a very good point. It sounds like something a loan shark from Astoria, Queens would say, so we're going to keep our eye on you. But that's an excellent point right there in regards to the weight and the odds. I think, people sometimes make too much of it and they start weaving narratives out of that. But very good call. I got your prediction down there, James. So thank you for your call, and call back next time, all right?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Take it easy. Thanks for calling. Why do I always say watching instead of calling? All right. Fellas, don't forget to hit the like rule helps us out. This is the BDA Boxing call-in show for Canelo Crawford. This is your show. You guys get to call in, give us your thoughts, predictions on anything and everything regarding the big fight. Let me just read a super chat here real quick. Shout out to Remy for his contribution with the super chat. He says, I'll be the bad guy. A 38-year-old cannot go from being overweight, out of shape, to looking like Mr. Universe in 2 months without some help. Canelo, unanimous decision. Oh, all right. Say goodnight to the bad guy. That's his prediction. Let me write it down. And shout out to Remy for his contribution with the super chat, who says Canelo UD. Yeah, Crawford, people keep saying, he's had a year to prepare. And I got to wonder, man. Both Canelo and Crawford have, I got my eye on them in regards to some of the practices they undertake to keep that muscle on them. So a whole year for Crawford to prepare for this, I'm not surprised he's in good shape. I'll just put it that way. Let's go to our phone call here. Let's go to 262. 262, you're on the air. 262, what's on your mind?
Hey, this is fella Ray calling from Wisconsin. I ain't called in a while, but I'm usually a fan of you guys, BDA.
Oh, thank
you. Been a while.
What's your name, fella Ray?
Yeah, and fella Ray.
How do you spell that?
FELLARAY.
Fella Ray. All right, what's up, man? What's on your mind?
I'm calling about the fight, man. I just want to say to all you guys that's just got this real cables on Terrence Crawford to beat Canelo. Who have Terrence Crawford ever beat that can beat Canelo? Okay, that's number one. Nobody Terrence Crawford have ever fight can do anything with Canelo at any weight. Number two, Crawford's best punch is a hook. He has no jab, no power in his jab at all. His best punch is a hook. If he planned on hooking with Canelo, it's night-night, Crawford. He's not strong enough to hook with Canelo. So the only way he can hurt Canelo is in the inside. And if he ain't got enough strength, once he get in the inside, it's going to be the Spence-Crawford fight. Instead, it's going to be Crawford going to be Spence. So I don't see no way Crawford can win this fight. No way Crawford can win this fight. And all these guys thinking Crawford is this big boogeyman to Canelo. Come on, Canelo been doing this for years, knocking people out for years. He's a setup artist. He's gonna set Crawford up to go to sleep. And I don't understand how people think that Crawford is gonna do anything with Canelo. Crawford gets rocked too much. I mean, at 147, Crawford was getting rocked by smaller people. So just imagine when Canelo hit Crawford, it ain't gonna be no rock. It's gonna be sleep Crawford. So I don't understand this. But I got Canelo, and I don't even like Canelo. But I got sense. I know boxing, and I know ain't no miracle out there that's gonna help Crawford whoop Canelo.
Now, so he's going to stop him. You want to give a round? Canelo in the 6th, 7th?
I'd say Canelo in the 5th, because he's not going to play with Crawford. In the 5th. Crawford made him mad. And do you see what Canelo do to people who make him mad? He hold his head up in front of him. He's trying to get to him. And he's not going to stop. The shots Crawford got won't hurt Canelo. Canelo won't feel that. Not when he's on a mission to seek and destroy. And that's what's going to happen. Either they're going to throw the towel in, or Crawford going to get carried out of the steps. They're trying to be so hard and tough.
All right,
and trying to go inside with Canelo.
Well, listen.
That's only two ways it's going to end.
Follow Ray, that's a very interesting call right there. That's about as early a stoppage prediction as we've gotten here, or in terms early round stoppage, early fight rather. So we'll see what happens, man. How confident are you in that outcome?
Man, I'm real confident. I mean, I just can't see it. It's just common sense. I mean, Crawford, everybody hyping Crawford up. Crawford is 38. Canelo 36. Age right there. Canelo ride horses. Canelo can stand his horse up with his legs. That's a strong horse. That's a strong horse. That's a strong horse. Canelo was stand his horse up with his legs.
Uh-huh.
Now, I can't see Crawford penetrating that core. Not at all.
Right.
Not at all. That's part of his training, horses. Horses is part of Canelo's training. Now, I don't know what miracle Crawford got in this corner, but it's going to take it for him to walk out of there with them belts. And then after that, you know what's going to happen? Crawford Canelo's going to retire because Canelo's mad. Everybody doubted him. Thought Crawford's going to beat him. Canelo's going to beat this man up and say, hey, this is it. I'm through. Forget everything. My fans ain't loyal. They turning on him. His fans turning on him. And he's scared.
So you're saying he's gonna take his horse and ride home, is what you're saying. Well, listen, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, man. I'm very intrigued by this fight now. All these calls.
Who else he got to fight? Who else he got to prove anything to? Nobody.
That's a good point.
Nobody. He's the man.
All right, that's an excellent point right there.
So why not get on that horse and ride off?
That's right. All right, now listen, we got to move on here, Follow Ray, but thank you for your call and call back next time, all right? Take it easy. Thanks for watching.
All right, thanks a lot, BDA.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Bless you back. Right back. All right. Shout out to Follow Ray there. We got a couple more phone calls here. Real quick. All right. Now, yes, we got a couple more phone calls, fellas. This is the BD Boxing Calling Show. Make sure to call in, give us your predictions for everything regarding the big fight, your thoughts. Is there indeed going to be a size discrepancy, or how big a size discrepancy is there going to be on fight night? That's one of the big questions coming in after both guys faced off yesterday. So make sure to call in and give us your thoughts on all of that. Let me read a super chat here real quick. Shout out to Marty McSly for his contribution with the super chat. Shout out to Marty McSly who says, I was told today that Bud's going to win because what Bivol did to Canelo, Bud can do even better. The pugilistic schizophrenia is degenerating at rapid speed for the Bud fans. Listen, I told you, I recently came out of a bout with pugilistic schizophrenia, but thanks to a diet of herbs, vitamins, supplements, and some deep meditation, I was able to pull through it, and So I can understand why some people are falling for it, but it's interesting, man. I mean, there's a lot of thoughts out there, a lot of narratives, a lot of different predictions being told. So I can understand why some people would be confused by all of it. So shout out to Marty McSly for that thought right there. Let's go to another phone call here. Let's go to 206. 206, you're on the air. 206, what's on your mind?
Man, peace, man. Y'all do an amazing job with the coverage, with the videos y'all been putting out and with the live, man. I appreciate it. This is Blaze P for P on Blaze P for P TV up here in Seattle, the Northwest.
Blaze, thank you for that, man. And did you call in yesterday? Because we had a Blaze yesterday.
Nah, this is my first time calling in.
And where are you from, did you say? So I'm going to write that so I can distinguish you from the other Blaze.
I'm from Seattle, Washington.
Seattle, all right.
Seattle, Washington. And I'll be in Vegas for the fight. I'm dropping down on Thursday.
Oh, nice. Oh, you're going to be there for the fight. When are you getting there? When did you say Friday?
Oh, Thursday.
Thursday, okay.
I'm going to make the press conference.
Nice. That's great, man. You guys, you know what? If you can call in and give us some on the boots coverage, that would be great. Just tell us, hey, I see somebody. You should start a fight just to get some attention or something. You know what I mean? Spice it up a little bit. But you know what? Actually, no, scratch that. No, scratch that. Yeah, scratch that. I don't want to
start no fight.
There you go. Yeah, don't do that. So what's on your mind, Blaze?
Trip. Nah, I'm going to try to get my viewers up because I'm going to go live on my station, Blaze P for PTV on YouTube.
Oh.
So I'm going to go live, and then I'm going to drop in on y'all, too. I'll hit y'all up, and if y'all catch y'all live and jump into y'all streams or call in for a second while I'm here. Because, it's an all-day event. You already know until we get to the big show, with Bud and Canelo.
That's right. Yeah, it's very electric right now. What are your thoughts on the whole thing going on? It seems like people keep saying it's power versus skill. Who are you picking to win this one?
I mean, I'm rooting for Bud. And the thing is like, me following the sport, it's like, hey, none of us knows what Bud looks like and performs at 168.
Mm-hmm.
It's unquantifiable. We don't know. We got to see it because we see the photos, we see the videos, we see him in shape, right? We see that he's visibly taller than Canelo, and then he also has a 6-inch reach advantage against Canelo as well. So the argument's got to be for Bud's not going to perform. The biggest what I've been hearing is that he didn't look sharp against Madrimal, and so they're taking that like that's not this Bud at 168. Is he better than Bud at 154? We don't know. Like I said, I'm rooting for Bud. Canelo's a great fighter. This is one of these fights that we rarely get to see. Obviously you rarely get to see anybody jump up 2-3 weight classes. That's pound for pound or that's Ring Magazine champion in their divisions coming up to challenge a Ring Magazine at the higher weight. It's unfortunate that the fans go this way and they get rabid and they get to talking crazy about either fighter when these are very, very good fighters. These are great fighters. These are fighters that dominate wherever they choose to fight at. And so I'm interested to see what type of adjustments Bud has, what type of strategy he comes in, how early he makes the adjustment, how active he is. And then I'm interested to see Canelo because it seems like Canelo apparently has come down in weight to kind of move a little bit more and be more active than he's had to be his last few fights. So this just looks like a banger. I'll say this, man. We got fighters who are super celebrities, famous, bring in more money, all of this that makes them popular, right? Outside of necessarily skills and talent. But then there's something about a level of professionalism. When you're at this level of the sport, when you've accomplished so much that like your life is boxing. And, these two fighters, their life is boxing. And I would say this for people talking about their age, Bud's like a LeBron 38 as far as, his nutrition, as far as how he's just for being an athlete, right? As far as how he's trying to get optimal performance from his body, And so I would say that this is going to be interesting for people who doubt it, just like they doubted Tom Brady at an older age, they doubted LeBron at an older age, performing at a high level outside of the ordinary. We about to see what it looks like when you got somebody who's just totally devoted to boxing, don't do nothing else, lives, breathes it, don't have nothing else that he does. And this is what it looks like when he shoots for greatness as far as becoming 3-division undisputed over 5 divisions. No man or woman will probably ever do that ever again if Bud's able to pull it off. So regardless of what type of excuses they make about individuals' resumes, regardless about what they say about any type of excuses of people's performance coming in out of this ring, come after Saturday, if Bud pulls this off, yeah, he's in no man's land as far as accomplishments that he made, and he has to be just considered among the great. I wouldn't put him super high, top 10. There's too many boxers throughout history. But he's up there now. There'll be a conversation what they have to say because, and I end it like this, we talk about pound for pound. You know, pound for pound, that means sometimes it's a hypothetical if people stay in 2 or 3 weight classes, and they'd be like, pound for pound, if they was to go up to these weight classes, they would be able to hold their own. Bud's literally doing it. If Bud becomes 3 division undisputed over 5 divisions, then he's literally pound for pound. Literally
Absolutely.
pound for pound champion.
Yes,
right? Instead of a hypothetical on a review. You see what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
I got Bud. It's going to be a great fight, and I just look forward to touching down on Thursday.
Absolutely. Well, listen, hopefully you enjoy yourself down there in Vegas. And what's the name of your station again?
Blaze C for PTV. And I want to give a quick plug. So my channel is devoted towards Undisputed, and Undisputed Steel City has created a creator content tournament that's based on Undisputed that'll be in Vegas at the HyperX Arena at the Luxor Hotel on September 12th, 2025. So if you're down there and you like the video games or your kids like the video games, man, come out. They got the best players on consoles that are playing, that are showing up, particularly my guy, Box Eyes View. Box Eyes View is one of the best. That's my favorite. That's my guy that I think is going to take it all. I appreciate you having me on the show.
Thank you. I'm not going to go down there because I don't want to lose to a 15-year-old at a video game. Then I'm likely to get violent. But listen, shout out
watch him play. If you don't play, it's serious.
Yeah, I mean, I got a short temper. But listen, Blaze, thank you for your call and enjoy yourself down there in Vegas, all right, man? Take it easy. Thank you for calling in.
All right, yes, sir. You too.
All right, let's go. Hey, fellas, don't forget to hit that like, all right? Hit that like, hit that like, hit the like. Really helps us out. We got a whole bunch of people watching, and we need those likes. It helps us out, and it only takes 2 seconds for you to hit that like, all right? So do us a favor. Let's go to another phone call here. Let's go to 281. 281, you're on the air. 281, what's on your mind? All right, hold on a second. Let's try that again. Hold on a second. Go on a second. 281, you're on the air. 281, what's on your mind?
Yes. How you doing? Is it
doing fantastic?
Hello, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. 281. What's up?
Okay, how you doing, man? Great show, man. Just started listening to you not that long ago, but I want to say this is a money grab. Because if you want to talk about the facts, Bud is about to be 38 years old, and he has 7 kids. Like, come on, man. Let's just be honest. He said a while back that that was too much to go up that much to fight Canelo, and Canelo said he's not going to get credit, but Turkey wanted this, and money talks, right? So this is even Canelo said this is easy money for him, but I mean, how can you blame Canelo if you're gonna throw that money out there? Turkey's gonna give him that money to fight somebody that's a great fighter, but he's not. He's never faced. And I wouldn't say he's too small. I would say that he hasn't been trained to fight like Canelo has been fighting big dudes, and he's been fighting little dudes like Gamboa and stuff like that, while Canelo's been up there getting hit harder with Triple G and all that. So yeah, I think this is a money grab for Crawford, and I think he's gonna get knocked out because he's a real dog. He's not a punk. He thought about this. He thought about the money, and he decided that he's gonna try it. He's gonna try to win, and that's gonna get him knocked out, I think.
Do you have a round?
Actually, yeah. Well, I saw a video in Spanish, and I heard Canelo said before 8. He said before 8, and Eddie Reynoso also said before 8 or around 8.
Is that right?
So I believe them. I think, yep, that's right. I can find it if you want, but yeah, they said around 8, and yeah, I think that Crawford's face today, the face off, and I think he's realizing that this is a big this is the real deal. Canelo's the real deal, and everybody's standing up to watching this, and I think he's gonna mess up one little thing, and Canelo's gonna knock him out cold like Amir Khan, or to the body, and that's gonna be it. That's what I think. But Crawford's a great fighter, but he's never stepped up. I want to see Crawford with Vic Virgil.
Right.
That would be a great fight.
By the way, what do we call you?
My name is Caesar.
Caesar.
I'm keeping original ministry. Keep it original ministry on YouTube.
Oh, you got a ministry? Is that what you said?
Caesar.
Cesar. All right.
Keep
Cesar.
it original ministry. I have a YouTube channel.
Nice.
Keep it original.
Do you? All right. Listen, we need more than ever now. We need need guidance in today's wild world. All right. So it's good for you to keeping the faith out there. All right, Cesar. Thank you for your call, man. All right.
Yes.
Take it easy out there. Thanks for watching.
All right.
All right. That was Cesar right there. Keep it faith ministry. He said. Should have written that down. Hopefully he calls back next time. We'll take it down. Shout out to him. Don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Hit the like. Really helps us out. All right. This is the BD Boxing call-in show. You guys get to call in. It's your show. You tell us what's going on with this fight, your predictions, and anything in between. All right. Let's go to our phone call here. Let's go to 480. 480. You're on the air. 480. What's on your mind?
What's on my mind? You don't want to know, but we build different. Okay?
Absolutely.
We got that dog. Okay, BDA?
I got you, man. I got you.
No, it's going to be an easy 9-round knockout.
For who?
We build different, BDA.
Yeah, okay. Knockout for
Crawford.
whom? For Crawford. Okay.
Crawford. Mexicanos for Crawford.
Oh, okay. I got you. Crawford KO. What round?
No, hell no, puro pedo.
Come on.
It's gonna be an easy night for Canelo.
You got me, man. You got me. You got with the whole dog thing and the X Factor. I thought you were serious. Canelo.
The intangibles.
The intangibles, yeah, exactly. So, what about the size disparity? Because everyone's talking about all Canelo is size and power, but lately people are starting to question whether there is even going to be that much of a size disparity.
That guy, I mean, these people are nervous. Canelo está chiquito, so I saw him at a few fights, like 5 feet away. That guy is tiny. They're just scared. But he's good. He's like 5'7", man. He's no bigger than 5'7". They're just scared. They're starting to smell the coffee, and they don't like it.
Starting to smell the coffee, all right. So you're saying Canelo, easy, stoppage. What round do you see that ending in or at?
9.
All right. That's an interesting number.
9.
A lot of people are saying 8-9, 8-9. Why do you say 9th round?
9. Because that's when he's gonna be like, okay, it's time to finish this guy. I gotta go home. It's just the other guy. I mean, as long as he doesn't run, it's gonna be 9. If he runs, he runs. But if he doesn't run, it's gonna be around 9.
Oh, okay. And who is this, by the way?
Josecito.
Josecito.
I called before just a while back.
Josecito Lopez. All right, Josecito. Canelo in the 9th round. Do you think it's going to be...
No, Lopez.
No, I know. Are you saying, when you say stoppage, are you saying it cold? He's going to knock him out cold, like KO, or a TKO? Have him on the ropes?
It's going to be TKO.
TKO. All right, 9th round TKO. All right, I got you, Josecito. Anything else you want to say before we move on?
No. That's told him. I'll be calling back. I got more stuff to say, but I got to pick up my daughter.
All right, go ahead and do that before somebody calls the cops. All right, thank you for your call, Josecito. Take it easy out there, right, man?
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Hit that like. It really helps us out. Instead of hitting somebody, hit that like. It really releases all that tension, all that energy, all right? So make sure to do that. Let's go to our phone call here. Let's go to 402. 402, you're on the air. 402, what's on your mind?
Hey, what's going on, man? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, man. What's up?
What's up, man? I just got to set the record straight because some people that be calling, man, it just seems like they don't really know what they be talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to rain on nobody's parade, man, but a couple callers ago, this dude was talking about the gambling. I don't think he realizes that the average person wagers less than $100 per bet. If me and everybody in my neighborhood went and put $100 on Terrence Crawford right now, the odds still wouldn't change.
I see.
Now, those are on individual tickets. Now, if I collected $100 from everybody in my neighborhood and I gathered up $100,000 and I went and bet it on one ticket, yes, the odds are going to change. But this dude never been in a casino in his life. The average person going in at different time frames, betting less than $100 on a bet, isn't going to change the odds. Number two, the odds came out close for a reason. The odds didn't start out at minus 700 and then get bet down to minus 600 and then get bet down to minus 500, then minus 400, and now we're sitting at, minus 160? No, the odds opened up very close to this. So once again, these people are talking like Canelo's going to win and it's just about the money and where the money's been bet. No, the odds opened up very, very close to the fight. They didn't get bet down several $1 million. So this dude's never been in a casino in his life. Also, I just want to say, Bud Crawford's never really had to turn it up in the ring. And every time Bud Crawford actually turned it up and let that dog in him, he didn't finish the fight. He's homeboys with Sean Porter. He's like, what? I'm down? I'm down? All right, man, look at this. Went out to that corner in the 10th round and put it on him within a minute, stopped his ass. Same thing with Spence. I think he respected Spence a lot. You know, he was trying to hurt him. He was putting it on him. But Bud barely even broke a sweat. I mean, he was seeing everything in slow motion. Bud didn't break a sweat versus your Crow Gamboa either. I mean, I went back and watched that fight. That's probably my favorite Terrence Crawford fight to go back and watch. You know, bro, he didn't even, versus Gamboa, he was barely even getting started. Anybody go back and watch that. Round 6, 7, 8, Bud was just getting warmed up. And your Corey Gamboa then shot his whole load like it was a 6, 7, 8 round fight. And he was done. And Bud was just in there working, methodically walking down, efficient footwork, not wasting a lot of energy. Here's the thing. I boxed myself. People say that Crawford looked bad versus Madramirov. Bro, these are the best boxers in the world. These guys are elite. Okay? So, yes, whether it's a southpaw, maybe he can switch to an orthodox, it might give you problems. Maybe he's got a twitch with his hand. Maybe he's got a twitch with his hips. That can give you problems when you're looking at somebody in the ring 2-3 feet in front of you. Okay? I've been there. So don't say that Bud looked bad versus Madramirov, this and that. Bro, these are the best fighters in the world. It's about who can adapt in real time, who can think, who can slow shit down and then change the script, right? I've seen Canelo Alvarez get his ass whooped by Triple G in that first fight. You know, I didn't see Canelo in trouble many a times. I didn't see Canelo look like, well, let me get a timeout here. I need to breathe. I need to think about this. I never really seen Bud Crawford like that. You know, even when Bud gets hurt, he's walking back. He's kind of pawing that jab out there. He's playing that MMA, Muay Thai style. You know, I've seen Canelo hurt and looking fucking like he wants out of there, bro.
Is that right? Well, I'm curious
what's your thoughts on that? I'll stop right there.
No, that's all right. That's a good. You give me some interesting points. I'm just curious because you said in the beginning, right in the beginning of the call, you said Crawford's never had to step it up, and then immediately you said he stepped it up against Porter and against Gamboa. So, just to clarify, you meant What did you mean by saying he's never
when he's had to step it up, when he's had to turn it on in real time? I'm saying you can visibly see the switch in the human being. You can visibly see it. You know what I'm saying? Bud is just a mild-mannered dude. He's calm. He don't talk a lot. You know, he's very humble guy. You know, so he's not going to bring that out. But I'm saying is when he does, you can actually see it.
All right. Well, we'll see.
To me, those are the most dangerous people. I didn't been in all sorts of boxing gyms, MMA gyms. The ones that talk the most and the ones that are the loudest, and when you see them kicking the bag and they're trying to kick the bag not for technique but just to make it pop and make it sound good, those people are trash, bro. And you can always spot them which ones ain't about that.
That's what I do. No, but hey, listen, what's your name and what's your official prediction? Because we're taking down predictions here.
Yeah, man. I called it yesterday. My name's Showstopper, bro. I just have to call and set the record straight.
Showstopper. I think I asked you, right? Did you want it to be Showstopper? Okay, there you go. I got it. Crawford by decision via Lighterman skills 10-2. Hey, by the way, you know what? I think but the guy who you're saying doesn't know what he's talking about. I think you're referring to James from Queens. He sounded like he knew what he was talking about. He's Greek. He's probably got a couple of family members who are into loan sharking and all that. I don't know. It sounded like he knew what he was talking about. Well, we'll see. We'll see on Saturday.
Well,
yes.
Well, I'm just saying from the odds perspective, he's saying that the odds are getting bet down so much. And I'm like, bro, these odds opened up very close to where they're sitting right now. You know, the only wagers that affect the odds are $50,000 wagers, $100,000 wagers on one ticket. You know, not an accumulation, like I said, of everybody in my neighborhood going to put $100 on Bud Crawford, you know, equaling 100,000 on individual tickets. No, it's when you collect all that money and put all that money on one ticket. That's what's going to move the line. You know.
All right. Well, listen, Showstopper.
And I've been around casinos my whole life. I've been through this shit my whole life. I'm just trying to help these motherfuckers that think they know. They're probably 20-some years old. Maybe not the guy you're talking about. Some of these kids out here, the internet got people thinking, you know, they invincible and shit like that. And I'm here to fucking set these motherfuckers straight with a right hook and a left hand.
All right. Well, listen, Showstopper. I appreciate you helping people out, and thank you for your call. And we'll catch you on the next one. All right, man? Take it easy out there.
All right.
All right, that was Showstopper right there. Don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Hit the like. Really helps us out. Let's take a couple of more calls here. Don't forget, this is a BDA calling show. This is your show. You guys get to call in, give us your predictions for anything and everything boxing. All right, let's go to another phone call. Let's go to 951. 951, you're on the air. 951, what's on your mind?
What's up, big BDA? This is Emiliano. Check this out, brother. The last caller that called about the betting, I called my loan shark or my betting, whatever they call them, right? And I said, what's up? I have to put $1,000 down, a pair of my used calzones, my limited edition Wrangler 91 Jeep Sahara, and if Canelo wins, we get a shingle of Crawford. Because when Canelo knocks his ass out, Crawford's going to break into 1,000 shingles. You know, like that the game where you kill the guy and a bunch of pennies pop. Well, shingles are going to pop out of Bud Crawford, and that's what we're going to get. If we put $1,000 down, we're going to get a shingle. So that's why nobody's betting this 50-50 and all this malarkey, right? But going to the last dude that spoke, he's going to sit here and use Bud Crawford's 50 taxi drivers and 30 doormen that he fought that nobody knows about. He couldn't even answer Canelo's question. Canelo asked him right there, who have you fought? And he said, you. And then he used some guy from Kyrgyzstan that nobody knows that was his best fight. This guy's a joke. Now, we all know that America has kind of, brought these European boxers over, which I consider European boxers are 3/5 of an American athlete. You got to understand that. That's what I consider. That's why when Canelo fought Billy Joe Saunders, he cracked his eye socket to the back of his ass, right? That's the reality, brother. When you come to America, European, Japan, wherever, other than Mexico, which is right next door, and probably why America's so bad is because we got these dudes coming over and boxing, and we got to put up with these brown dudes, right? So that's why us Americans are so fucking chingon, right? But when it comes to European boxers coming over here, understand that it's all hype. It's all scripted. And this is what I say, they're bringing Dana White in here so that he can script this the best way they could so that everybody's going to believe. Now, I'm going to give you the heads up on if Turkey does got that much money, which he does, and this is what I'm afraid of, and then you get the great white hope maker in here. What I'm thinking is, again, they're going to ship in a plane load of money and tell Canelo, just don't knock him out. Just don't knock him out. Mandingo warrior, Mandingo kryptonite. Just don't knock him out and let the judges do their game. Let the historical judging of America do their game. And they're going to just buy it away like they do with Mayweather, because we know Mayweather can't lose. And I got to tell you, brother, and this is for the last caller too, Mayweather destroyed boxing. Because after he came out, before him, we had Mike Tyson, we had Muhammad Ali, we had Sugar Ray Leonard, we had these bad motherfuckers, right? And then Mayweather comes out and shows us how to run. and shows us how to defend. And then we got Jim Lampley talking about his defense. That's not what the art of pugilist is. Pugilist is getting knuckles and throw them at each other's face. That's what the art, that's what the sweet science is. It's not running. It's not footwork, like Jim Lampley says, like John Jones says. It's putting your fist through another man's face. It's breaking his eye socket, which Canelo has done, Crawford has not. It's breaking somebody's bicep with a continuous hit to that bicep, like Canelo did to Caleb, which Crawford has never done. This is a man. This is what I'm trying to say, brother. Is it doesn't matter who you are, but if you're going to be a man and you're going to call a man out like Canelo, whose balls are as big as his boxing gloves.
Oh, wait a minute.
Be the man and.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
So that's what I'm saying, brother. Is that this is what everybody's asking for. They're just tired of Skull. They're just tired of run. They're tired of May. They're tired of the May runner kind of fighting for the black fighters now. That's all you see. You know, you bring out what's the Medina just knocked his shit. You know, what was his name? I even forgot his name. But he flash, and he tried to do the defense and all that stuff. And what did Maidana do? You know, retired him. Let me ask you this: how many boxers has Crawford retired? Well, let me tell you about a man named Canelo Cinnamon, the Cinnamon retirement package. You know what he did to James Kirkland? He retired him. You know what he did to this European boxer that they brought over called Billy Joe Saunders? He broke his flicking face and he retired him. You show me a fight that Crawford done where he destroys his opponent. You know, Canelo's on another level here. Canelo's he's chasing legacy. And he's not only chasing legacy, he's creating legacy. He's showing the future boxers what the status is. Where the measure, like Michael Jordan showed everybody what a basketball player is, right? When Michael Jordan broke the mold and he redefined, he revolutionized basketball. This is what the Cinnamon is doing for boxing today. He's eliminating the history of May runner boxing. He's taking that out of the game, you know, where people are tired of seeing it. We're tired of seeing black men like Skull jumping up like a banshee trying to get out of the way. Because why? Because what Bivol said. Bivol said, Canelo hits harder than my peer, Biderbev. He hits harder than him. And that's reality. Well, and when Bud, the shingle, the paper champion comes and he feels that first hit, just like everybody else did. When he feels that first hit, all his strategy changes. And the only thing that he can think of is how in the hell am I going to stay away from this little red-headed bastard that's trying to take my face off, that's trying to cave in my orbital bone, that's trying to unloosen my bicep muscles, trying to break my ribs.
He's trying to dismantle.
That's what's going to happen. Or that's what we're going to see. Go ahead. I hope we don't, brother. I hope all these callers that have all this faith in this fighter, I hope he comes out and he grabs his huevos like a Chicano and he does what he needs to do. And to tell you the truth, if he does beat Canelo, I mean, knock his ass out. I'm not talking about leaving it to the judges because we already know what's happened. We already know where Dana went. We didn't really know the judges that Dana White called. He did a late night call at 1:00 in the morning. He said, "Listen, if Crawford's face doesn't break in two and fall on the canvas, I want him winning by a small margin," and that's what we're going to see. But to tell you the truth, brother, the red man's not going to allow it. Mandingo kryptonite, it's not green. Mandingo kryptonite, it's red. It glows red. Red hot.
All right, well, listen, Emiliano, we got to move on, man, because we got other calls here, but thank you for your call again, man.
I always
appreciate it. All right, take it easy, man. Thank you for calling in.
You got it.
The kryptonite isn't green, it's red. Dana White is literally calling the judges, apparently. Calling them at 1 a.m, waking them up. They're still in their bathrobes with that little hat, you know, with the ball there, the puffy ball at the end of it. All right, well, listen, guys, we still get a lot of calls. Don't forget to hit that like. Really helps us out. Let's go to our phone call here. Let's go to 929.
Hello.
929, you're on the air. 929.
929. How you doing? Hey, listen, that last caller, you need to stop getting people on the line that's prejudiced. What he talks about is black people. You don't know nothing about fighting. I can tell you don't know nothing about fighting. Bro, you need to go and learn how to fight and stop picking these Mexicans all the time. Because guess what? You don't know what Bud can do. You understand what I'm saying? Bud, let me tell you something. A lot of fighters duck him, you clown. Look it up yourself. You understand what I'm saying? And your man, he ain't knocking niggas out like that. Stop it, man. Stop hyping this fucking Mexican up before he get fucking dropped. Because Bud ain't no punk. You understand what I'm saying? But you are prejudiced, man. That's all I got to say. Stop and wish that these people have a good fight and may nobody get hurt. But you with this prejudice bullshit, that's why I hope he lose, man. Because you guys, man, are something else when it comes to fighters like that. That's all I got to say. Because I want other people to get in. Talking all that dumb shit. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, hold on. Because when you say people who just tune in, they think you're talking to me. But that's not
not
one.
Not you.
Right.
The guy just before. Hey, come on, bro. It's this prejudice shit. We ain't talking like that. Matter of fact, let it be just a good fight. Oh, he gonna do this, Bud. Then you know how many people Bud got ducked? You know how many people ducked him? Come on, you clown. You don't even know nothing about boxing, bro. You talking about black people run, bro? If it's gonna win the fight, guess what? That's what they're going to do, bro. So, you know what? Take your little boxing tool somewhere because you don't know nothing about boxing. And my name is V-Love, all right? Y'all take care. Enjoy the fight Saturday. May God bless everybody, all right? That's how you're supposed to do that.
Oh, shit. There's a siren in the background.
That's how you're supposed to do that.
V-Love.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. That's how you're supposed to do that.
Before you go, because that
you
was...
You don't get on here and whisper.
Before you go, because this was one of the most sensible calls of the week. I need to get your prediction if you would allow it.
I know. A decision, like Showstopper said. That was the guy before him. He know what he's talking about. Showstopper know what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about. This man ain't gonna get in there and not. He might be scared because Bud ain't no little dude. He's walking around with that weight. You understand what I'm saying? See, that's how much he know boxing. You understand what I'm saying? If you look at the picture, he's smaller than Bud. But listen, I say it might go to decision, and I hope that this guy pulls it out. I hope Bud pulls it out. That's my prediction.
All right?
Take care, and thanks for the call.
Thank you for calling in.
Let other people get on.
All right, take it easy, man. Thank you for calling in. Well, there you go. V-Love letting Emiliano, the Chicano warrior, having it. I got to tell you, hopefully we can get them both on the same call. See if they can air out their grievances live on the air. In the meantime, don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Hit the like. Rule helps us out. This is a BD Boxing calling show. This is your show. You guys get to call in. Give us your thoughts on anything and everything regarding the big fight. Let's go on our phone call. Let's go to 608. 608, you're on the air. 608, what's on your mind?
Yeah, I see this fight kind of like, it kind of reminds me of in the lead up to Loma versus Rigo, how the Rigo was moving up 2 weight classes, and everybody said Rigo's going to break his jaw. He's going to knock out the hype job. And then when Loma toys with him and beats him easy, nobody considers that even a good win anymore. That's kind of how I see this a little bit.
That's a good point.
Like Canelo's probably going to knock him out, and after Canelo wins, nobody's going to. It's going to turn out to be one of those fights with the biggest revisionist history. I've been watching boxing since '89. I remember when Holyfield was fighting Tyson. Nobody thought Holyfield had a chance. 25-1 underdog. Holyfield knocks him out, and now years later, people are saying how Tyson was old and washed up for the fight. Nobody thought that at the time. Kind of like even like Pacquiao De La Hoya. Remember, nobody really thought Pacquiao could win, and then now it was a cherry pick years later. And this is what I think with Canelo. I think Canelo will probably win, and it won't even be considered a good win and won't even be remembered. Like you cherry-picked them. That's kind of how it's going to be.
The excellent one is the one that's fresher in my mind is the one you brought in the beginning, Lomachenko-Rigondeaux, because it's true. Now that Lomachenko recently retired, I've seen people debating, well, what was his best win? They're talking about whether he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame or not, and they're going through his resume, and every time somebody brings up Rigondeaux, they go, he was too small. And they say, well, Lomachenko after the fight said, even after the fight, Lomachenko didn't really want to celebrate but I remember before the fight, like you said, people were saying Rigondeaux was going to break his jaw, he was going to expose the hype job, and now all of a sudden, He was too small. So that's
nobody considered. I mean, if I considered a good win. I still consider it a great win. Like, I can't believe somebody toyed with Regal like that. I don't care. I mean, just because 2 weight classes doesn't necessarily mean you're going to crush the guy. I mean, Michael Nunn against Marlon Starling. Michael Nunn didn't crush Marlon Starling. He moved up 2 weight divisions, and it was a close fight. He was a welterweight moving up to middleweight. I don't know. They just wanted to take away from Loma, but yeah, I mean, Loma toys with him, and acts like it was. I mean, I remember everybody wanted to see that fight. It was like the biggest. Boxing fans fight everybody wanted to see for 2 years leading up to it. Now nobody even considers that a good win from Loma. I remember people saying whoever wins this fight is definitely pound for pound. And then when Loma and the people who were predicting Loma were predicting by like a close decision, maybe a close fight. But no, he toys with him and nobody considers it a good win. That's kind of what I see with this fight a little bit. Like, I think Canelo should win pretty easy, but I don't know. I see Bud Crawford putting on weight, and first I'm thinking like, okay, well, I know he was naturally 170, but first I'm thinking like, if he puts on the weight, kind of like Marquez when he moved up against Floyd, he looked like he had a fat ass and a muffin top when he fought Floyd, but when he fights Pacquiao, he's pretty ripped and he held the weight well. He's pretty quick. I wonder if that's how Crawford's going to turn up. First, I'm thinking like, he's going to be slow, but then again, I remember how Marquez looked against Pacquiao as opposed to Floyd. You know, how he was kind of fat and slow for Floyd, but against Pacquiao, he was pretty quick and explosive. That's why I was like, I don't know. I think Canelo's going to win, and I would consider it a good win if he beats Crawford. But if he does beat him, nobody's going to consider it a good win. But that's how it goes in boxing.
Well, that's a sensible call right there. Now, I don't quite remember how Marcus's ass looked against Mayweather once you're really paying attention. But other than that, you made some excellent points. So, what's your official prediction for Canelo Crawford?
Oh, what Marquez's fat was hanging over his trunks and everything. He was drinking piss and all that. But for this, for this fight, I got to go with. I'm definitely going with Canelo, but I think I'm going to say 8th round TKO. I would say
8th round TKO. And what do we call you? Because I'm writing down the predictions here.
The best.
The
bastard. Just call me the bastard.
Oh, the bastard. The bastard. All right. I think the best sounds a little bit better, but whatever.
Yeah,
whatever floats your boat. All right. Well, listen, the bastard. Thank you for your call. What's that?
Yeah, just go with ugly bastard. That's better.
Oh, geez, you're making it worse and worse. Just the bastard. All right. Well, listen, the bastard. Thank you for your call and the call back next time, all right, man?
All right. Thank you. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Bye.
Take it easy out there. The bastard. He was going to go the ugly, fat ass, disgusting, criminal bastard. It's like, whoa, what? It was getting worse and worse. We'll just keep it at the bastard. How about that? Let's be generous here. Fellas, don't forget to hit that like. Really helps us out. What are people saying in the chat? I see Emiliano, the Chicano warrior, the brown beret, really riled people up. Now there's a race war happening in the chat. Fellas, let's keep it boxing. If you want to call in and you can make it racial if you want, but in the chat, let's just try to talk boxing. I can't stand looking at the chat every other 2 seconds and Mexican this and Afro-Anglos this and it's supposed to be one of the biggest fights in the last 10 years, and here we are haggling over race. Come on. Let's go to our phone call here. Let's go to 778. 778, you're on the air. 778, what's on your mind?
Yeah, hi there. It's Sam from Vancouver, Canada. How are you doing?
Oh, Vancouver, Canada, near our neck of the woods. Well, very far, but still Canada. What's up, Sam?
Oh, I'm just calling, listen to all the other callers talking about the fight and trying to keep emotions out of it. I've been a long-time fan since the 70s. I'm an old guy, boxing trainer even.
Really?
And no, I think that Canelo is going to win a unanimous decision. He could stop him, but I think that he's just going to be physically too much of a specimen for him. And all this weight gain that Crawford's put on in this very short time is just going to hurt him. He's like you take a guy like AJ when he fought Luis there, he was way too muscular. And what ends up happening with all those muscles is they starve your body of oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's gonna be 2 weeks shy of his 38th birthday for this fight. He's putting on, 25, 30 pounds. And people go, oh, it's not about the weight. Oh, it's about the weight because there's no rehydration clause in this fight. That's a big factor because Canelo's going to be 185, 190 for this fight. And he's used to fighting big guys. So he could stop him, but I think it's just going to be too much. I mean, Crawford's a great fighter, but there's weight divisions for a reason.
Now,
and
first of all,
I got to make a.
You said your name was Sam, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I didn't want to get it wrong. What do you think about the fact that a lot of people are saying that Canelo is not really the most active fighter when it comes to punch output, and that may play into Crawford's advantage?
You know what? I just saw stats on the punch stats. While Crawford, his output is more, Canelo's connect percentage is higher. And also, contrary to the popular belief, this isn't a great boxer against, some second-rate club fighter. You're talking about Canelo Alvarez, a bona fide Hall of Famer, a guy who knows his way in and around the ring. His resume is way better than Crawford's. There's not a single guy on Crawford's resume that would beat Canelo Alvarez, not one. But there's many on Canelo Alvarez's resume that would beat him. Many of the bigger guys, anyway. And that's not to take away from the fact that he's a great fighter. Crawford is a great fighter, but I mean, he's not going to do it. I doubt it. If he does, he deserves all the credit in the world.
Mm-hmm. Now you mentioned Canelo
somehow pulls it off.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Now you mentioned Canelo unanimous decision. How competitive do you think it's going to be?
I don't think it's going to be it'll be competitive early, and I think that he's going to get tired. Everyone keeps saying Canelo's going to get tired. Well, another factor too. Crawford has only had one fight per year for 5 years. In 7 years, now he's knocked out a lot of guys, which is great, but he ain't going to knock out Canelo. Canelo's bulletproof. Now, in the last 7 years, he's only gone the distance one time, 12 rounds, his last fight, where he looked lackluster. Whereas Canelo, and everyone's picking on Canelo, oh, he can't knock people out anymore. He's not going to have to. He's just going to have to walk them down. He's going to be the bigger, stronger guy, with better defense. He actually is the fighter, contrary to popular belief. He's the guy with the better defense. I mean, he's got the better defense. He's got the better offense. Crawford may have better speed, and he definitely has better footwork. But I don't know if that speed's going to be there when the bell rings, when he's 25, 30 pounds heavier. Is he going to be faster? I don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting. We'll see how he looks with the added weight. He seems to be training with a weight vest, so it's not like he's just lifting weights and gaining muscle. So
I've trained a lot of my fighters. Yeah, I've trained a lot of fighters with weight vests. It's a good move.
Well, there you go. So he seems,
as far as, sorry,
he seems to be doing correct. Is what I was trying to get at.
Yeah, I don't know. All this talk about steroids, people questioning the steroid. Let's just let this fight play out. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, he looks like he's too ripped." For his size, you don't get bigger. Once you reach a certain age, your muscles start to lose. But yet he has somehow gotten bigger. I don't really want to go there. I don't think that's the case. Right. And if it is, I mean, Canelo's also been caught with steroids. So. I don't know. I let the fight play out. I'm sure the tests will come in before or after. And if one of the guys cheating, well, then they'll lose,
Absolutely. I am hesitant to make any wide statements either because, my attorney mentor tells me not to.
Yeah. I don't think it's not fair on either guy, really.
All right. Well, listen, Sam from Vancouver, this was a good call, man. Call back next time. All right. Thank you for your prediction.
Yeah. Thanks. Have a good one. Bye now.
You too, man. Take it easy. All right, that was Sam from Vancouver giving us his thoughts on the fight. Very interesting call right there. And it seems to be in line with what I've heard other people say, that Crawford's going to give it a good old go, as they say in England, but it might just not be enough, considering that this fight, there's not that wide a gap in talent as some people are making it out to be. So we'll see. Don't forget to hit that like, fellas. Hit that like. It really helps us out. So make sure to do that. And it only takes 2 seconds to do so. So please help us out by doing that. Let's go to another phone call here. Let's go to 940. 940, you're on the air. 940, what's on your mind?
Yeah, what's up? Hey, man, I found your channel a few days ago. I like a lot of the stuff that you're saying, but I think you're leaving a lot of stuff out about how Crawford controlled the range versus Mazurov. You go back and look at the stats. He dominated Mazurov. He out-jabbed him by twice as many punches. He landed 40, and Mazurov only landed 19. I think the jab is going to be as big of a factor in this fight as it was against Errol Spence. Everybody talked about Errol Spence dominated the jab, and then Crawford out-jabbed him. He power jabbed him to death and almost killed him. You know, if they would have stopped that fight, he'd have probably been going on the stretcher. Also, I want to talk about how the people who dominated Canelo did the same thing. They controlled the range with the jab. Mayweather, if you go back and look at the stats, Mayweather out-jabbed Canelo 138-44. Bivol out-jabbed Canelo 46-10. And it's not looking good when Crawford not only longer, but I think his strength is underweighted. Everybody thought Errol Spence was stronger. He was a weight bully, and he was going to do this and that. But you saw what happened. I mean, Bud almost killed that guy. I think, just like his athletic trainer said, that Bud is a lot stronger than people give him credit for. I mean, he kept Mazurov off him all night. He controlled the distance so much that Mazurov could only hit one punch at a time, and he could never step into anything. I think the only reason that people think that Canelo even has a chance is because they think he's going to score some home run hit like he did against Amir Khan. But if you go back and look at how Bud fought Amir Khan, he was tearing up Khan to the body and made Amir Khan quit. I think his strength, they had the same speed, but Bud was clearly stronger than Amir Khan because his punches were having way more effect on Khan than Khan was having on him. Mm-hmm. Not to mention, Bud was just more skilled. So I just think people aren't talking about like how Mazurov couldn't close the distance versus Bud. How the hell is Canelo going to do it when they have the exact same reach? I mean, Bud, I would argue, is not only faster, has a longer reach, but I think he's stronger than what people give him credit for. His strength is very underrated. I mean, he was a way better welterweight than Mayweather and probably Sugar Ray Leonard.
Whoa!
I mean, he knocked out on every welterweight opponent he faced. You know, I mean, it's a fact, isn't it?
Sounds like blasphemy to me.
Every welterweight opponent he faced. Huh?
Sounds like blasphemy to me.
What did you say? I mean, it sounds like facts to me. How many welterweight opponents did Sugar Ray Leonard knock out compared to Terrence Crawford?
It's a good point, but I mean, then again, you look at the quality of the opponents.
Yeah, I mean, he knocked out, I mean, all I remember, I forgot how many, I know Gamboa and a few of them, they were gold medalists. I think he knocked out 3 gold medalists and Spence was unified. I mean, everybody they put in front of him, he completely got out of there. The only reason, you could argue that Mazurov would have got out of there too if he wasn't moving around and thinking as much as he did. But I think that's one of the reasons why Bomac is so confident that they're probably going to beat him up and stop him, because Canelo doesn't feel like he has to move as much as he used to when he was younger. Mm-hmm. And if he just stands there like Spence did in front of Crawford, that's going to be a long night, especially since he can't beat him to the punch. He couldn't even beat Triple G to the punch on the jab. But, you know, Crawford is a lot faster on the hooks and the overhands than Triple G was, like Bivol is. So he's going to be able to do more stuff off the jab than Triple G did, like Mayweather and Bivol. I mean, arguably, I think Bivol only beat him so bad because he rehydrated probably 10 pounds heavier than Canelo. I think Bivol was a little bit heavier than Canelo, but I still don't see how people think. I think that has to be answered. Like, how is he going to get over all those disadvantages? How's he going to close the distance? I mean, he's going to rely on, you know, maybe one punch like Amir Khan, but I just, for one, he got hit up a lot by Mazurov, but Mazurov wasn't able to step into any of those shots. those are just touch shots, and Crawford ate them, and he ended up dominating the fight.
Well,
I mean,
listen.
unless you can really get behind the power punch, it's not going to take Bud out.
Well, listen, that's a very interesting take right there. Why do we call you, and what's your official prediction? Because we got to write it down here.
Yeah, I think Bud's going to take him out in 8. That's all I got to say. Thank you.
Well, hold on. What I need to write down a name next to the prediction, a nickname. I need to write down. I need a nickname.
Oh, my name?
Yeah, nickname, name,
Oh,
whatever.
just Todd Lee.
Todd Lee. All right. Todd Lee. All right, listen, thank you for your call.
I'm in the chat. You'll see me.
Fantastic. Crawford in the 8. Thank you for your call, and call back next time, right, man? Take it easy out there.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, man.
Always good to hear from our listeners from Texas. That's right. We like Texas. It's classic Americana right there. Don't forget to hit that like, fellas. Hit the like. Really helps us out. Let's go on a phone call here. Let's go to 614. 614, you're on the air. 614. What's on your mind?
Yeah.
614. I'm
Hello?
having a hard. Yes, go ahead. Yes.
Yeah. What's up? I don't know. The sound is going it's getting kind of distorted. I'm not sure if it sounds good to you. Does that sound good?
Yeah, right now you sound good. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna start with the topic first. Topic, I definitely think a size does matter, and I do think it's a myth they're not the same size at all. I'm not sure why. And the only people that's really trying to say that they're the same size is the Canelo fan base, and they're trying to cover their tracks for excuses. They're trying to lay the groundwork for excuses early by saying, they're the same size. And I don't know, that's just them kind of giving a telltale sign that they're kind of nervous about Bud, because when Amir Khan fought Canelo, they never said Amir Khan and Canelo was the same size. But now all of a sudden Bud and Canelo is the same size, and Bud's coming from 3 weight divisions lower. So I don't know. The Canelo fan base they're the reason why people say certain things about Canelo, because the Canelo fan base is really ridiculous. Like a couple of calls earlier, they said, yeah, Canelo's never fought nobody smaller than him. But literally the call right before that, you guys were talking about him fighting Amir Khan. And it's just, now they're scared that Bud's on steroids, and it's just like, bro, just have faith in your countrymen. Have faith in your fighter, Canelo. He's a great fighter, bro. Like, you don't have to lay excuses before the fight even happens. Let's just see who wins the fight. Your fighter wins the fight, great. If not, it's not the end of the world. He's lost before, and Canelo still will be probably the best Mexican fighter ever. So, like, to the level some of these Canelo fans is going to, it's really lame, man. And
it's a big fight, man. It's a big fight. It's one of the biggest fights we've had in the last 7 years, I would say, because it really is transcending boxing. And when you get this type of fights, you're always going to get a whole bunch of people who normally don't watch boxing, and they're going to give their takes. And some of these takes can be a little bit outlandish, so we can't control them. We can only listen to them on the show when we open up the phone lines and take them for what they are.
Yeah, that's true. Now, I guess to go on to my pick and who I'm going to pick, like you said, this is a big fight. And for big fights, I like to watch, maybe the last 4 or 5 fights, both fighters, and, try to make my pick. Now, when the fight was announced, I was kind of leaning towards Bud, because it's off those most recent Canelo performances. He kind of looked like he was trying to slow up a little bit. But when you watch these fights, when you go back and watch the film on these fights, it's different than you get to watch Canelo only twice a year. You watch Bud once a year. So all that space in between the fights, you kind of forget how they looked, the previous fight or certain details. The one thing I've really noticed with Canelo going back for his past 5 to 6 fights, like, he has a cruise control that he goes into that I think people mistaken for him slowing up or him starting to get older. So, for instance, when he fought Jamel, for the past 2 days I've been watching the film. So for the past, like when I watched the Jamel fight, and even I watched the weigh-ins too, just to see how he looked at the weigh-ins, how he looked at for the Jamel weigh-in, and how his activity in the Jamel fight, and if you compare that to his most recent fight with Skull. A lot of people think Skull ran a lot more than Jamel. Jamel and Skull ran pretty much the same amount. Canelo just put more energy in the Jamel fight to cut off the ring and chase him down, and he got a knockdown on Jamel, and he put more punches on Jamel because he was more active in trying to cut off the ring. Now, in the Skull fight, number one, at the weigh-in, he didn't look the same, and then two, he didn't put in half the energy in trying to cut off the ring that he did with Jamel. And so, people don't believe me. Just go check out those two fights. Both fighters, Skull and Jamel, ran virtually the same amount.
Now,
but
why do
it's
you
just the effort
think
that
that
Canelo
is?
put in to try to cut him off.
Why do you think he didn't put the same amount of energy?
I think one, it's like he knew that he had the Bud fight lined up, and even if he landed one punch every round and Skull landed 5 punches every round, they're not going to give the fight to Skull no matter what. Also, like with other fighters, like with Ryder and Munguia, I think he knew he was just levels above them. He got a knockdown, or once he got a certain amount of rounds in the bag, it was a visible, like, taking his foot off the gas, and I'm going to coast to the end of this fight. So, and, me watching Canelo over the years, I'm thinking that, okay, he's kind of slowing up. But when you watch these fights back-to-back, but right on top of each other in a one-time setting, you can see he's on cruise control. And so that kind of made me reassess, like, damn, he's not slowing up. And does Bud have the shot that I thought he had when Canelo comes? Like, even after Jamel fight, he was like, nobody beats this Canelo. That's letting us know that, he took this fight a little differently than maybe previous fights. So with that being said, I just think it's kind of made me kind of question my pick with Bud, to be honest.
So what's your official pick then?
So my official pick is, I'm not going to, I'm going to just stay with my heart. I want Bud to win. I think it'd be dope for boxing if Bud wins. Plus, I think, if he does win, it would have to be a great fight because he's not going to just one punch knock Canelo out. It would be a great fight. And if he does beat Canelo, like I said, it's going to be a great fight, and that's going to demand a rematch. And we get two great fights if Bud wins. If Canelo starches him in the first round, we can only hope Canelo fights Benavidez. After that, who knows? But I kind of hope Bud wins. But after watching the film, it's a little bit of more of an uphill battle than what I thought.
All right. Well, let's see. Hopefully, we get a good fight. That's all I'm looking forward to. And by the way, what's your name so I can write it down here for the prediction?
Jay Will from Ohio.
Jay Will from Ohio. All right, Jay Will. Listen, thank you for your call, and call back next time. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Take it easy out there. Thanks for calling in. All right, that was Jay Will saying, he sees a path to victory for both guys. And what he said about that, the reason why I asked him why he thinks Canelo didn't pressure Skull as much, I heard that from somebody else too, that perhaps he didn't press Skull so much because he knew what he was doing was good enough to get him the rounds, and he had the Crawford fight next, coming up, so he didn't really want to risk too much, because not for nothing, but Skull was a big dude in there, and a big dude like that running around the ring, it looks goofy and it looks funny, but that dude could run you into a big punch. So I think maybe that's why Canelo respected that fight a little bit more than he did Charlo. We'll see, man. We'll see. I think as you can tell by all these calls, everybody's very intrigued by this, and there's a whole bunch of different takes. I'm starting to get a little bit of pugilistic schizophrenia again. Let me tell you, I feel it coming back. I'm gonna have to go back to my meditation or something. Let's go to a phone call here in the meantime. Let's go to 323. 323, you're on the air. 323, what's on your mind?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, man. What's up?
You guys hear me? Hey, awesome. My name is Jay. I'm calling in from Oakland, California. Thanks for having me on your show this evening, y'all.
Good evening, Jay from Oakland.
Yeah,
what's on your mind, man?
Hey, so I wanted to give my quick little analysis. Thanks for inviting me on your channel. It's been pretty cool. I've been watching your channel for a few months now.
Thank you.
So I wanted to say that I think that this fight right here is going to be a really good fight, and I think the ultimate determining factor is going to come down to willpower. Who wants it more? I do think size plays a matter, like how a lot of people are saying. I do think since Bud has campaigned most of his past few years at welterweight and only having fought once at super welterweight, it's going to be a factor. But I do think that he has a skill set that can, give Canelo some problems. But ultimately, if I had to pick, I would still pick Canelo to win, whether it be a decision or maybe a late stoppage, because of his experience, his size. But I wouldn't be surprised if Crawford were to win, because I think he is a throwback fighter, and I don't know how well he can handle Canelo's pressure. Canelo applies like intelligent pressure, and the power, the punching power of Canelo, because we do know Canelo got dynamite in his hands.
Right. Well, hold your horses there, hold your horses there, cowboy, because you're throwing all sorts of scenarios at me. You're saying Canelo by decision or stoppage, but then you're saying you wouldn't be surprised if Crawford wins. You got to pick one, Jay. I'm putting you on the spot. We're putting you on the spot. It's not just me. It's the people demand an official prediction from you.
Okay. Official prediction, since they are both world champions, I do think Canelo by decision.
Oh.
So that's my official prediction. Stylistically, I think it's going to be a really good matchup, because I do think that Canelo is in cruise control for the past few fights. Maybe this fight he has gotten up for it some more, and Crawford does seem to be pretty hungry because he wants to beat Henry Armstrong and coming all the way from lightweight to beating somebody above middleweight. So I think he's looking for that. And I do think stylistically, Crawford is dynamic. He's a very dynamic fighter. He can do most of the things, and he knows how to make adjustments on the fly. So yeah, that's what I think. I think Canelo Alvarez is just a really strong dude. I think there's a blueprint on how to beat Canelo. Even with the William Skull fight, if you guys look back at it, William Skull, yes, he didn't throw a lot of punches, but if you look at it, William Skull applied a strategy that could beat Canelo, and it seems like with Lara, with Mayweather, even with Bivol, I think that lateral movement is Canelo's kryptonite. Like, I think somebody stylistically for Canelo would be all wrong, would be like Sugar Ray Robinson or Sugar Ray Leonard, or even like a Muhammad Ali type style, like movement, lateral movement, rhythm. Like, you just got to throw punches. So like, if you do that, if you put Canelo Alvarez versus like a Sugar Ray Leonard that fought Margaret Hagler, who knew how to pick his spot, stand his ground, move, that guy would wash Canelo. Like, I don't think, you know what I mean? I think that Canelo can't handle that. But you just got to be able to stand your ground and let your hands go. So with that, Canelo is really slow. So, but who knows if Crawford will have those kind of legs. So I still lean towards Canelo.
All right. Well, listen, Jay, I got your prediction here. Very good call. Thank you for your call and your prediction. And call back next time, right, man? Take it easy out there.
All right. Yep. Jay Greasy. Yep. Thank you.
Jay Greasy. All right. Take it easy, man. Thank you for the call. All right, that was an interesting call right there as well, fellas. We still got a couple of phone calls here. Don't forget, you still have a couple of minutes here to call in. Let me just take a brief pause here to remind people that the Grind Rivals are taking place right now. You're not missing much. They're interviewing Crawford. He's talking about, well, what else is he going to say? He's ready. He's ready for this fight. He's never felt better. He can walk on water. And I think Canelo's going to come out next. I'm looking at the chat for the Zone. Oh, they're putting it on the Zone. Okay, the Ring Magazine's also transmitting it. The WWE YouTube channel also has it on. The UFC channel also has it on. So it's all over the place. But the chat is worse than the one here. They're going at it, let me tell you. And it's all about the war. And you know which war I'm talking about. So listen, why don't you stay here while it's nice and comfy. Call in and give us your take on the fight. Give us your predictions. This is the official prediction show. Let's go to our phone call here. Let's go to 951. 951, you're in the air. 951, what's on your mind?
Emiliano Villa here. Emiliano Villa. I just want to apologize, BGA, if anybody's accusing you of my rhetoric. Tú sabes. Understand people that even, they're even kind of looking at me like, hey, calm down. But you guys have to understand that I'm defending against racism. Now, did you know last vato that was crying, oh, he's this. And then he describes Canelo as the best Mexican fighter in the world. He's not the best he's the world champion. He will go to Alaska and whoop your ass. He will go to Dingo, China, pull you out of a fucking basket and whoop your ass. Okay, this is a world champion here, undisputed. 4 different weight classes. They had to take stuff away from him to stop him. But, you have to understand what they've done to Canelo by putting him with Mayweather. They didn't want him to have a 0 record, and they did to him at a young age. And I blame Reynoso. I blame his managers for putting him in that situation with both Mayrunner and Bivol. What are you doing putting him with a light heavyweight? You know he's going to lose. You know that they're not going to give Canelo any kind of, which they're going to do right here. This is what I'm saying. If Canelo, and again, you gotta kind of, he's planning his future. He's planning his legacy. If Turkey drives up with a gold-plated plane and it got $14 billion in it, you think Canelo's not, going to consider just not knocking the dude out? I don't want to. I'm not going to shatter his orbital bone. I'm not going to disconnect his bicep or break his ribs or even do what I did to Mandingo Warrior and knock him out 4 times. I'm not going to do that to him for $14 billion of gold plane and new calzones for the rest of my life. Get the frick out of here. So you got to take that in consideration. We have Dana White involved, and Dana White is the master manipulator in the world, right? And again, we're not talking about racism here, but this man, he got privilege like Donald Trump. They could do anything they want, name anything they want.
You know what?
Dana
White has been referred to by some of his past employees. Dana White has been referred to by some of his past employees as, and I quote, the master of psychological, sexual, and spiritual manipulation. So you're not that far off when you refer to him as that type of guy.
And it all boils down to the religion, right? Money's the root of all evil, but there's no doubt about it. We all know it. And that's one of the reasons I want to come down to. I don't want to put my calzones on the line. So anybody, I'll put a grande. I don't know how we'll do the transaction. You guys make it happen. I'll put $1,000 on $1,000 to any of these Bud Crawford, what do they call them, Bud sexuals or whatever they are, however they want to say it. Put for a grand. If you got that confidence, if you think that Bud nobody Crawford, Bud, I want another taxi driver, Crawford is going to give Canelo a fight. Other than it's all propaganda, we're going to get him in there. And like Boy said too, we want a 2-fight, 3-fight series. That's all money. When you start talking that the game of 3 fights and let's fight once and you win, I fight and then I'll win and then we'll have a third fight and all these idiots are paying $20,000 billion for pay-per-view. It's played out. I mean, I don't think Canelo's that man. Again, you're not going to buy him. He's legacy. He's drawing new. He's like a ship on uncharted waters, right? He's the only one that's been out there. He's the only one that's going to go up to light heavyweight and not get knocked out. Everybody's saying he didn't win. He should have gotten knocked. That's what I'm saying. So this pound for pound, and we know who that is. You better understand that Bud Crawford is super lightweight for a man like Canelo. He's used to taking on Kovalevs. And what I would challenge right now is for Andrew Ward to come out of retirement, be a man, and let's see, because to tell you the truth, that's the unwritten retirement that Canelo created. Is Andrew Ward? He's seen Canelo coming a mile away. When he got knocked out by Kovalev, who Canelo happened to knock out también, but we're talking real knockout, right? When he seen the little red glow coming, the kryptonite walking down the street, he got out of town at an early age. So Mayweather too should have been fighting for another 10 years, but they seen the writing on the wall, and that writing was in Spanish. And at the end, the signature at the end of that writing, his name was Canelo, Cinnamon, Mandingo, Kryptonite.
All right. All right, Emiliano. Well, again, thank you for the call yet again. Very interesting calls, that's for sure. You're certainly rallying people up out there. And call back next time, all right, man? We're almost done here, so it's going to have to be next time. Thank you for your call, Emiliano.
You got it, brother.
Right,
I want to thank you for having me.
Thank you for your call. All right, that was Emiliano right there. We got to go to another phone call here because it's getting late and we're running out of time here. Let's go to another phone call here. Let's go to 213. 213, you're on the air. 213, what's on your mind?
Hello. My name is Cesar Torres. I just got one thing to say. This would be my analysis and then my prediction. My analysis is when Canelo drops Crawford, Andre Ward will say Crawford downloaded Canelo's power when Canelo drops him. That's what Andre Ward will say. And another thing is, my other prediction is Towelgate. Towelgate will be the new Glovegate because Bomac will throw in that towel, maybe even grab the towel on top of Turkey's head, throw in that towel, and we're going to see Towelgate as the new Glovegate. That's my prediction. Great show.
All right, thank you for your call there. Nice and concise. I like it, man. Hey, but hold on. Fuck, I forgot to ask. What's your name? Oh, no, excuse you. already said Cesar Torres. Okay.
My name is Caesar.
Cesar, yeah. Cesar Torres. So you're saying
Yeah,
Canelo?
I got you. My name is Caesar.
Canelo via Towelgate. All right. Thank you for your call, Cesar. Thank you.
Yeah, via Towelgate, and expect Andre Ward to say Crawford downloaded Canelo's power when he's getting his ass whooped.
There you go. All right. Thank you for your call, Cesar. Thank you for keeping it concise, man. Take it easy out there.
All right.
Hey, he got right down to it. He already had it all planned out. That's a. See, they always say, plan your work your plan, and that's Cesar right there. Really worked it out. Let's go to our phone call. Let's go to 519. 519, you're on the air. 519. What's on your mind?
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air.
Hello? Hey, yeah, it's Box 88 here.
Box 88.
Calling from Ontario.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
What's up, man?
yeah, just a quick prediction was going to be the 10th round for Canelo. By TKO.
All right. Do you think it's going to be competitive in the build-up?
I was kind of thinking about it, going back and forth with it, and I kind of feel it will be similar to what Brook and Golovkin.
Brook and okay, I got you. So you think it's going to be competitive early, but then the bigger guys or the superior firepower is going to take over?
Yeah. Basically, I just think Canelo's power will be too much, and eventually catch up to him.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anything else you want to say, Box 88?
Just that. Good job on the show, and keep up the good work.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your call, and I appreciate you calling in to give us your prediction, and call back next time, all right? Take it easy out there.
Okay. Thanks. Yep.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. See, now that was a subdued call compared to some of the other ones we've gotten today. We've got through a lot of calls here, so I want to give a shout out to everybody who's called in so far. Let's give it a shot at 469. 469, you're on the air. 469, what's on your mind?
Yo, what's going on, Mr. BDA? Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you, man. What's up?
Oh, what's going on, man? This is Real Talk Combat.
Real Talk Combat. What's up, man?
Yo, I was just calling to get my prediction for the fight. I got Canelo stopping him. I would say I'd say like the 10th or 11th round, probably closer to the 11th round. I saw a breakdown on Fight Films about it was a Crawford and Madrimov fight, and Crawford had a lot of lapses in judgment, in defense, footwork, and all these things that have followed him throughout his entire career. And all his fans, they really want to ignore all that he was able to bail himself out of with his power. But it's easy to bail yourself out of these fights when your own trainer says you're taking advantage of 135, 140, and 147. So, Crawford gets his ass whooped a lot throughout some of his fights, and it is his power that bails him out. And the one time it didn't bail him out, Madrimov, we saw a very, very flawed and human-looking Crawford. His face was swollen by the 5th round, and the way these Crawford fans cope is they say that, Madrimov was tricky, and Canelo doesn't fight anything like Madrimov, and all this weird shit. You had a whole breakdown as well, and I just think it's lazy, man. It's just lazy. These people don't want to actually do any research. They don't want to actually pay attention to the full fight. They want to go based off of highlights, and it's just ignorant. It's very ignorant coming from the Crawford side because there's nothing to suggest, not a single thing to suggest that Crawford is stronger than Canelo. Well, because he deadlifts? Bro, I saw a video of Canelo squatting what Crawford deadlifts, bro. It's just stupid. A lot of these a lot of these points that they make, it's ignorant, bro. Like wrestling, what the fuck is wrestling gonna help you in a boxing match? Like, oh, in the clinch, why the fuck is Crawford allowing Canelo to get so close that he's in a clinch? He should never allow Canelo to get that close. All these, fucking Crawford dick riders.
Oh,
they want to talk about wrestling and deadlifting and all this weird shit, but none of that matters in a boxing match. For one, if you're thinking he's going to clinch with Canelo, that is just absolutely a terrible game plan because Canelo can break a clinch and Canelo can mix in shots. So I think it's just a lot of lace from these Crawford fans. It's a lot of tribalism, a lot of racism, and it's just really fucking annoying, honestly. Like, I wish we could get a fight like this between a man and a black man, or a white guy and a black guy, or even a white guy and a Mexican without all this racism, bro. It's not necessary. If you're nervous that Crawford might lose, then just say that.
Yeah, I told that to the other caller. Who was it? Somebody called like 5 calls ago. He said, I can't believe people are making this racial, blah, blah, blah. And I said, look, it's a big fight. It's probably the biggest fight we've had in the last 7 years. Because look, Beterbiev Bivol, that's for hardcore boxing fans. Outside of that, nobody knows who the fuck those guys are. Same thing with Lomachenko Haney. Even to a certain degree, any of the other Canelo fights out there, it's Mexican hardcore boxing. So this one is transcending it, but then on top of that, it does have that racial and nationalistic aspect. We can't control what people say. We cannot control what people say. There's always going to be
I agree completely. Like, yeah, I agree completely. There is a place for tribalism in this sport. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has its place. But when you turn tribalism into racism, that's when it becomes an issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to go for your fighter, that's completely understandable. I can't argue with that. But when you start to say things like, well, Canelo's flat-footed, Canelo doesn't have any skills, all he has is power, it's just, okay, well, now I know you're ignorant. Like, you're ignorant to actual facts, because if you're saying this is skills versus power, no. This is skills versus skills and power.
Mm-hmm.
That's what, like, people are they're misconstruing this fight. Like, it's not just power that Canelo has. You can't have no skills being 5'7" up in the land of 168ers, bro. Like, the median height and weight for a 168 pounder on fight night is like 6'2", 6 foot to 6'2", like almost 200 pounds, bro. These people are rehydrating 190.
Well, it's interesting what you mentioned about Crawford. It's interesting what you mentioned about Crawford getting caught before he scores the stoppages, because I've had a couple of other callers say that he's taking it easy, and then he turns it on, and there seems to be this underlying thought that he can turn it on whenever he wishes to. Are we going to see that against Canelo?
No. And see, that dumbass fucking misconstrued, that comes from the Porter fight. When they told him he was down on the cards and he turned it on and stopped Porter. Like, man, shut the fuck up. And then they want to say things like, well, he was trying to lure in Canelo with that Madrimov performance. He wanted to trick Canelo into thinking he was weak. Yeah, because Crawford wanted to let himself get hit in the face. That makes so much fucking sense. That Crawford wanted his face swollen by the 5th round. Miss me with that mechanism. Ain't no boxer gonna have a bad performance to lure in another fighter. That's just retarded. And I can't stand this fight. I can't wait for it to be over, to be honest. As much as I'm excited for it, all this shit is getting so annoying. It feels like we're back in the... You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I don't know why, man. I like it. I like it. I don't know why. I like the people fighting. I like the people going at it. I like the passion that comes out of people.
Obviously you like it. You profit off of this shit. You make money off of this. All this,
not really.
Interactions and
not really. I do it for the people.
The traffic
no.
profile. Yeah, you're gonna love this shit. But
no, I don't do it. Listen. I don't talk finances, but believe me, it's not like I'm retiring over here for this. But I like the passion. I like the passion that this brings. I do it for the people. That's what they used to call me. They call me the man of the people. That's what they call me. That's my nickname here in my neighborhood. So I just try to live up to that. I don't know what you want from me, man. That's all I can do. But listen, real talk. We got to move on here.
I you, man.
We got to move on here. But thank you for your call, and call back next time, right?
Órale, saludos, bro. Have a good night.
Órale. Right back at you, man. Take it easy. All right, that was another passionate call right there. Let's go to... Don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Hit the like. It really helps us out. And speaking of helping us out, shout out to Remy for his contribution with the Super Chat. We're, according to the last caller, we're raking it in today, right now. So we're finally going to be able to buy that boat. No, I'm kidding. This all goes, by the way, we already spent a whole bunch of money on the phone calls tonight because we've been taking phone calls for 2 hours. Boy, oh boy, we're going to have to replenish the phone calls with money. It's like about $30, I think. But we're doing okay here. Don't worry about us, fellas. But shout out to Remy and everybody who's contributed so far. And shout out to Remy who says it's going to be a good fight. Well, you know what, man? Actually, let me finish with the calls here. And I got a couple of things to say about that because it's good to hope. Click your heels 3 times, Doherty, and wish for the best. But I don't know, man. Let's go to 778. 778, you're on the air. 778, what's on your mind?
Yeah, hi, it's Sammy the Bull from Vancouver again.
Sammy the Bull? Well, you didn't say Sammy the Bull earlier.
Yeah. That's actually my nickname, Sammy the Bull. But anyway, I just wanted to say that, no one's talked about the undercard. There's 2 really good fights on the undercard. One of the guys is from my country, Canada. Christian Mbili is fighting Lester Martinez. That's going to be a great fight. And then there's also Callum Walsh is fighting
Vargas.
Oh, jeez. Vargas, thank you. Yeah, that's going to be 2 great fights. Like, honestly, everyone's all excited about the big one, of course, for a good reason. I mean, it's a really intriguing fight, but those are good fights.
You're really absolutely right there, Sammy the Bull. And the Martinez versus Mbili fight, it could be fight of the night. It could steal the show because we know how Mbili...
I think,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a lot like Canelo, Lester Martinez, in his style. He's not nearly as good, but he's good. But I think when Billy's going to surprise him with his speed, and he's kind of like Mike Tyson with speed and power. He's just, I think he's going to do it. I think he's going to beat Lester Martinez. But it'll be a good fight. Either way, you know what, I mean, I've got no invested interest other than I think that's what's going to happen. And I think Walsh is going to beat Vargas.
Well, it's 2 southpaws, so we'll see what happens with those 2. The one I'm also looking forward to,
yeah,
Sammy...
that's interesting.
Go ahead, man.
That's an interesting fight. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the main event, but I think Canelo is going to be too much for him, and I think it'll go the distance. But he might stop him, but I think down the stretch, he's just going to be too much for him.
Well, don't forget too, in terms of all these good fights too, in the prelims, you're gonna see Boachuk.
Yeah,
154-pounder. Well, it's going to be at a catchweight, I think, but he's going to rematch the guy who handed him his first loss, Brandon Adams.
Another good. Yeah, people forget about that. Like the one time I've been to Vegas a couple of times, and the one time I went to the. Sorry about that beeping. It'll be stopped. I went to the Manny Pacquiao against Shane Mosley, and I was sat there. It was my birthday actually. It was great. It was awesome. Someone gave me tickets and I went, and it was awesome. But I sat there almost all day watching all the fights, and there were some good fights mixed in throughout. I watch all the prelims and everything. I'm a real boxing junkie. I've been a fan and a coach and a fighter, pretty much all my life. So yeah.
Well, it's good
I've
to
been,
hear.
A fan since the early '70s. I can remember Foreman and Ali.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're going back.
These were great fights. Yeah,
that was.
I'm going back. I'm an old guy. I'm a dinosaur.
Well, you don't sound like it, if I may say so.
Anyway, Oh, thank you. No, thank you. I try to keep myself as good as I can. I just want to say thanks for having me on your line, and yeah, let's hope that it turns out to be. I think it'll be a good night. I think it's going to be a good day of boxing.
Hopefully, at least
I want to say thank you again. Yeah.
Hopefully, some of the fights on the undercard at least live up to it. That way, the main event, even if it sucks, we'll still be satisfied somewhat with the undercard bounce.
Yeah. And it's not out of the realm of possibility that Crawford will run away with it. But I don't think so. I think all that added weight is only going to be a problem later down the stretch in the fight. As the fight gets longer, and Canelo's not. He's not some kind of club fighter. This guy is a bona fide, tremendously great prize fighter who has the much better resume. So it's a lot of things are stacked against Crawford in this fight, like really a lot. And if he does pull it off, all the power to him.
There you go.
Absolutely, all the power to him.
I'm looking forward to that as well, man. That's my
you
outlook
have
as well.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a great night.
Same to you, Sammy. Thank you for calling in, man. Call back next time. Take it easy out there.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah, you know what? He said he watched the whole undercard for Mosley Pacquiao, but see, that was a little bit of a letdown. So hopefully he was satisfied by the undercard bouts, because Mosley ended up. I hate to use the term, but I gotta use it even for Mosley. He ended up back foot bitching it in that one. So hopefully we get a good main event. That's all people are asking for here. But like I said, good amount of fights on that same day. We got Jermaine Franklin, who's usually a relatively entertaining heavyweight, taking on an undefeated Eastern European, I believe, Daiko, the king of the Daikos. Oh. But again, like Colin Walsh versus Fernando Vargas Jr., the battle of the Southpaws. Boachuk, Brandon Adams, and Lester Martinez versus Christian Mbili. That should be the fight before the main event. I don't know why it's on the schedule. It says that it's going to be Vargas versus Walsh. Sounds like the Sheik is up to his old tricks, but we'll see what happens. Let's go to another phone call here. Let's go to 916. 916, you're on the air. 916, what's on your mind?
Yeah, I'm just calling to say that I think Crawford have his chances is slim to none. And Slim is out of town. I think he's going to get his jaws kicked up his ass. So you can't trust it.
Are you saying...
I think every time... Hey. I think every time he get hit, he's going to shit a little bit.
Okay, come on, man.
But anyway. He should... Hey. And the other guy they called in talking about Canelo would have whooped Andre Ward. Canelo didn't want no Andre Ward. Didn't want none of Andre Ward. And that's all. And Andre Ward is about 41 years old right now. So, he talking about whatever. He ain't.
Well, hold on.
But yeah, that's all I want to say. He might get carried out the ring in a stretcher like Gerald McClellan. I don't know if you know who that is.
Man. Come on,
but that's not funny.
Come on, man. Come on. I'm
just making jokes, but yeah, I think Crawford gonna lose. I don't think he.
Oh man.
He jumping up 2 weight classes or 2.5, if however you want to call it. He should be. He's just taking it. He's rushing for it. He should have. Went up there carefully or like Canelo, a little bit at a time, not just jumping up just because of the money there. You going out, you shouldn't be jumping up like that and, just for the money. But I can't, if, anybody put $50 million or whatever it is in front of anybody, they're going to take it. So that's why I think he should have did it a little bit more calculated, but he didn't have a choice. So he got to take it when it comes. And I think he kind of heavy, but I think Crawford gonna lose, so I'm just being for real. I just wanted to say about that one guy talking about Canelo whoop Andre Ward. I don't think so. Maybe now he's 41 and ain't fought in about 5 years, but other than that, I think Canelo gonna win. All the other stuff is just jokes, but yeah, Canelo gonna win. He might drop Crawford one time or something like that, and then to get that. And let him know what time it is, and then, I don't think he's going to be able to run. Crawford don't run that much. Only time he ran, he never ran, but I seen him fought Victor Postal, I mean.
That's right.
And he kind of, did that little, but he dropped Victor Postal twice, so he didn't really run. He dropped him twice, so he won that fight. Victor Postal, I think, was undefeated at the time.
That's right.
But, that's my pick.
What do we call you? What do we call you? Because I need to put a name to the prediction.
Monster Rock.
Monster Rock. All right. As long as you don't replace the R with a C, we're okay. All right, Monster Rock. All right, Monster.
What?
I said as long as you don't replace the R with a C in Rock, we're okay. All right, we're okay. All right. Well, listen, Monster Rock. Thank you for your call.
Don't. All right. Later.
All right, take it easy, man. Thank you for your call, Master Rock. All right, there was a bit of a delay, as you could hear there, people. Every time I would talk, it would take about 2 seconds. By the way, I think Emiliano didn't say Canelo would whoop Andrew Ward. He said Andrew Ward. So technically, he's in the clear. That's what Ben Shapiro just texted me, said if this was a court of law, Andrew Ward couldn't sue him for defamation of character or anything, because technically he didn't say Andrew Ward, he said Andrew Ward. I think Emiliano, being a brown beret, is very sly with avoiding getting himself into litigation. All right, before we continue, shout out to Remy for his contribution with the Super Chats. Really appreciate it. He said, what's he saying? He says, it's going to be a good fight. Well, we can only hope, Remy. We can only hope. Chad Collins, shout out to him for his contribution with the Super Chat, says, the reason there are weight classes is money. More weight classes means more sanctioning fees. There is really only 8 weight classes. Yeah, there's only supposed to be 8 weight classes, but then the sanctioning bodies came around and, hey, the more weight classes and the more titles. Now you got 4 sanctioning bodies, because the WBO used to be considered a joke. Now it's considered legitimate. Next thing you know, we're going to have the IBO being considered legitimate, and we're going to be talking about undisputed in the 5-belt era and blah, 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 and they keep raking in the money. Although now there's controversy, the WBC president Soliman might not be allowed into the ring after the main event, and he's complaining about that, believe it or not, so we'll see what happens. And shout out to Remy again for his contribution with the Super Chat. He says, honestly, I'm hoping it's a good fight, you know? I absolutely know what you're talking about, Remy, and I appreciate you, your Super Chat. We appreciate your Super Chat, and thank you for your contribution, man. Let's go on a phone call here. Let's go to 510. 510, you're on the air. 510, what's on your mind?
What's up? What's up? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, 510. What's up, man?
All right, here's what I got. I think Crawford does have the power to hurt Canelo, but I just think the size is not something he's going to be used to, because Crawford throughout his whole entire career has had the luxury of being the bigger guy, you know? Mm-hmm. Even though he started off, I think at 135, and he's been the one moving up in weight. Just because you're moving up in weight does not mean you're actually the smaller guy, you know. Devin Haney moved up to 140 against Regis Prograis, and he was the bigger guy in the ring, you know. And
that's a good point.
The one time we seen Crawford actually move up to a big weight class at 154, he started struggling. He was afraid of Madrimov's power. It made him gun shy. It made him wary. That's why he was struggling in that fight. That's why the output was so low.
Uh-huh.
And I think it's going to be the same against Canelo. And another big thing is a lot of these fans from Bud Crawford are comparing him to Dimitri Bivol, which is nowhere near a correct comparison, because Crawford is a very hittable guy. You know, if you look at any CompuBox stats, Crawford is nowhere near a mastermind defensive genius. He's not even in a top 5 defensive boxer. He's I don't know where they get this idea that he's this elite, you know, Shakur Stevenson, you know, type of boxer. I don't understand why they think he's that type of guy. He's very hittable. He was knocked down against Klavelaskis. He's just not that guy. I think he's going to get knocked out in, the 8th round.
Whoa. All right, so let me write that down. Canelo, 8th round, stoppage. And who is this, by the way? What do we call you?
Ash, A-S-H.
Excuse me, Ash? As in ashes?
Yeah.
Ash.
Yeah.
All right, Ash. All right. Canelo, 8th round stoppage. Anything else you want to add before we move on?
Yeah, I think another thing, too, is, you know, if you look at any guys that have been moving up in weight, if you compare Crawford to Pacquiao, you know, Pacquiao, his whole entire career, has also been fighting big guys, but Pacquiao's whole arsenal, you know, his split jab, you know, his straight left that splits your jab, his right hook is literally all designed for bigger guys. Crawford's whole fight game isn't game planned against bigger guys because he is the bigger guy. So how is he going to go up there and have the same game plan against Canelo?
It's an interesting point.
You can't have the same game plan.
Interesting point. I got to tell you, you're making
some interesting points. So for him to go up there, it's going to be a different fight. For him to go up there 2 weight classes, and his first fight at 38 years old too, like this guy is saying in the chat, out of prime, I think it's just too much for him at this point.
Well, we shall see, man. Hopefully we get a good competitive fight or at least an entertaining result. That's all we can really hope for. Listen, Ash Wednesday, we got to move on here, but thank you for your call and call back next time, right, man? Take it easy out there. All right. Let's go to a phone call here. Let's go to 929. 929, you're on the air. 929, what's on your mind?
Effectively, I'll reiterate my last point, which is that boxing is in the doldrums and has turned into a complete and utter disgrace. There was somebody who mentioned that Floyd Mayweather may be to blame. Maybe, who knows? But can you imagine Canelo getting paid $100 million allegedly, or to face a guy who is hello?
No, I was just repeating what you said. Yeah, allegedly. Yeah.
Yeah. So getting paid $100 million to face a guy who is 2 weight classes lighter than him, and not even 2 weight classes lighter, because Crawford had only fought at I think it was 147 and then 154 recently. So, I mean, it's basically Canelo and Jake Paul are very similar, to be honest. What they do is they try to find the weakest opponent possible and maximize their income at the same time. Both are utterly disgraceful as far as I'm concerned. Jake Paul is doing the same thing. Jake Paul is trying to fight Gervonta Davis. It's the same exact thing, and it demeans the sport of boxing. Completely demeans it. Now, who is going to win? Obviously, Canelo is more likely to win, because even if you look at the odds makers, they're the ones who can give you an insight into who is likely to prevail in a boxing match, because they have a lot of actuarial calculations that go into this. Given the fact they're not simply giving an opinion, they're putting money behind their beliefs. So even when you look at the odds makers, they show you that this is a mismatch. They show you that this is the kind of fight that should not even be going forward. And I'm surprised that a sanctioning body would even view it as an acceptable contest. And the last thing I'll say is that Turkey al-Sheikh did sanction the fight and did allow it, and I don't blame him, because he actually gives some of the toughest contests for the participants, so much so that he exposes the level of a lot of these boxers. But Canelo didn't even want to work with him in the first place. He didn't want to work with him. So the only way that he would even agree is if he knew the cards were stacked in his favor and in his deck. If he was actually facing people that he should be facing, he'd be facing Benavidez and other people as well. Around that weight class.
From what I gather, these fighters are not living up to the Lion Legal standards, and so it's good to have standards. That's all I'm going to say. We got to hold some of these fighters accountable, and you're certainly doing that. So respect to you, Lion Legal. We got to move on here, man. But thank you for your call, and you already gave us your prediction, I believe, right?
Thanks, man.
Canelo by decision. All right. Thank you for your call, Lion Legal. Call back next time, man. Take it easy out there. All right, that was Lion Legal, and this concludes this portion or this episode of the BDA Boxing Call-In Show. We got a lot of calls. We try to get as many people as possible. We'll be back tomorrow, I believe. That's on the schedule. We're gonna be back with the with the whatchamacallit, the always controversial comparative analysis show, where we put up on the screen the standards or the qualities of speed, power, footwork, foot movement, chin, and all that, and we determine which one of these combatants possesses a superior chin, the superior ring IQ, whatever you want to call it. And it's always controversial because we never really fully agree with these, and nor do the people in the chat. So that always makes for good entertainment and good discussion. So stay tuned for that. Also on the docket on Friday will be the official Open Lines show. That means open Discord. Anybody can jump in. We'll be posting the Discord link in the chat. I think you could actually join the Discord now, just in anticipation for that. I think the link is in the description below, so you can do that right now. but we will also be putting it in the chat on the day of the weigh-in. I think we'll be going live after the weigh-in, provided that it's not too late. Or we might even go live on during the weigh-in. Well, we'll see how it works. Actually, you know what? Let me just check out real quick. By the way, Crawford already arrived, like at the grand arrival. He's already made his entrance, rather. And now I think Canelo's about to. I see the Sheik is standing there wearing one of those shirts there that they sell at the concession stands. I'm looking at the schedule here. So tomorrow will be the open workout, 6 p.m., and I suspect that's Pacific time. And then they say Friday ceremonial weigh-ins, 6 p.m. Oh, don't tell me. That's going to be a late ceremonial weigh-in, 9 p.m. Our time, Eastern time. I don't know about that. Oh, they got mariachis playing.
We've never seen Crawford lose, but we have seen Canelo lose.
That's what they're saying over at Ring Magazine. That's the Ring Magazine. It's who is it? It's Kriegel? No, I don't recognize. Yeah, I think it's Kriegel and Boxing Scene writer or Ring Magazine. I forget the guy's name. It's a bald guy. So they're talking there on Ring Magazine's YouTube channel, and they're talking about Crawford's never lost, but we have seen Canelo lose. All right, so the undefeated guy always wins. Then undefeated guys never lose. They just keep on going to the same momentum and stay undefeated. Be that as it may, shout out to everybody who joined us. Shout out to everybody who donated via the super chat. Really appreciate it. Of course, everybody who called in. Thank you for taking the time out to call this show and giving us your thoughts and your predictions. We got a whole bunch of predictions. Let me tell you, how many do we have? I'm looking through the list here. We have about 40, and I suspect we'll only continue taking on more. If anybody didn't get that chance to call in and give us their predictions, make sure to do that right now. I'll take about a good couple of seconds to see if I can compile any more predictions that I might have missed. In the meantime, let me see what people are saying in the chat. Shout out to Bray, who says that weigh-in will be the ceremonial, so both fighters will have rehydrated some. That's why I'm looking forward to it, because I'm really curious to see how. I forget about the morning weigh-in and all that. I want to see how they're going to look on fight night. And by the time they do the ceremonial weigh-in, they're going to be somewhat rehydrated, so it's going to give us a closer, more exact look of how they will appear on fight night, and that's what I'm curious to see. Jim Ryu says, we've never seen Canelo lose until he did. Exactly. We never saw Errol Spence lose until he did, you know? And I remember bringing up a lot of his deficiencies in the build-up to the fight, and sure enough, I would hear people say, yeah, but he's never lost before. Well, he ended up fighting Terence Crawford, and he lost. Those weaknesses got exploited big time. So as long as you show weaknesses and or patterns, repetitions that can be exploited and read, you bet your keister somebody's going to exploit them at some point. Grievous, shout out to Grievous, says, if there's no drama or knockdowns in this fight, withhold their purses. You know what? That's a good idea. Or actually threaten them with some sort of torture or something. I know I'm going too far, but hey, listen, we're in dire times here as far as boxing goes, so we need to actually maybe step it up a little bit. I'm not saying it's the best solution, but I'm just offering a solution. That's all I'm saying. Todd Lee says, Remy, remember Mayweather out-jabbed Canelo 138-184. All right, so people are still going back to the Mayweather fight. Grievous says, entertain the fans or go home. Golden State says Crawford in 9. Let me just see. I thought, didn't I already take down that prediction? Because I think he called in. Or maybe I'm mixing him up with somebody. No, I don't have it. Okay, let me write it down. He says Crawford. What's his name? Golden? No, Golden State. Golden State. Isn't the Golden State the... Anyway, whatever. Golden State says Crawford in 9. Alrighty. Wrote it down. No, actually, I didn't. For some reason, it's not. I got the microphone right in front of my face, so I can't see. I'm used to writing. Sometimes I look at the keyboard, not all the time. Crawford in 9. All right. What else we got? We never saw Mayweather lose. Todd Lee says Remy in 1 fight. He old bro. But that's why he's got no chance. Chet Collins says Crawford on points. All right, let me write that down. Crawford on points. All right. Pancho Villa says Buster Douglas had Tyson face down. Pancho Villa says Buster Douglas had Tyson face down, ass up, looking for his mouthpiece while the ref counted him out. Douglas whooped Tyson. That was another guy that seemed invincible, right? And then he ended up losing, and he never stopped losing thereafter. Shout out to Matt Chat, who says BDA exclamation points. Shout out to the Matt Chatter. That's what I call him, the Matt Chatter. Not Matt Hatter, Matt Chatter. Drexy Van says, tomorrow, BDA, what time is it? The show, our show, probably 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Eastern time. So stay tuned for that. Make sure to check it out, or make sure to stay on the lookout for that. Troll in the chat says, I'll go with my original. I don't want to switch it up. Nello by decision. He has at least one knockdown. Did I already take down his prediction? Let me check. Hold on a second. I have not. All right. What the fuck? Something's... All right. Troll says Nello by decision, scores KD in the 9th. Is that what he said? No, he didn't say the round, but scores knockdown. All right. Well, listen, fellas, that's all I got here. Shout out to everybody, like I said, everybody who called in, everybody who donated via the super chat, and of course, all of you who listened in and hit the like. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the show. Hopefully, you guys were entertained. Let me just see here. Grand Arrivals. Hell, Canelo still hasn't shown up? No, yeah, I think he's entering there. All right. So they're just going to ask him a bunch of questions. By the way, I don't know if you guys saw this real quick. This is another photo from the way, the face-off that they had. Check this out. Hold on. Where was this? Look at this. It looks like they're in a ride or something in Waterworld. It looks like something out of Star Wars. Check this out. What is this? Where are they? How did they get there in the first place? Did they take a little boat on the way? And what is this platform in the... I don't get it. I don't know what this is. Or where did they walk there and then the whole thing around them filled with water? I don't know. And you know what? It's too late at night here on my East Coast here to start wondering and trying to find out what the hell these guys are doing. Look at this. Surprised nobody fell. And of course, look at that. They get the Hispanics working the machines there, right? We're always being exploited. Always. And then they try to deport us. Outrageous. All right. Well, listen, fellas, thank you for joining us. Like I said, real appreciate everybody who called in, everybody who donated with the super chat. You guys are the best. And of course, everybody who tuned in and hit the like. If you haven't hit the like right now and subscribe. It really helps us out. Shout out to Remy, Chet Collins. Who else was here? Hold on a second. I don't have the music. Shout out to Remy, Marty McSly, JXV88, No Mas Tomas. Shout out to all of you guys. Like I said, all of our callers and of course, all of our listeners. Shout out to Barry Nivola, Bray, Knockout Ned, Amok, Todd Lee, Chad Collins, Impala, #CCD, Black Warrior, Starboy 5, Remy. Who else we had? Parokua, Sham Seppard, Amok, Pancho Villa. I'm going up here. Douglas Duran, Drexivan, Music International, Ras. And if I forgot anybody, fellas, it's because we do have to go. Once again, thank you for joining us.